Welcome back to session 2 of Heart of Cilandros. First thing we're gonna jump into is can y'all give me a recap?
Okay, Ben, you go first.
Never skink.
Hold on.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
you've
go
got your
first.
notebook
I got
of
notes. Yeah, I'm just.
Bro's got notes. I
Yeah.
don't got shit.
I take notes.
I remember seeing the notes.
I got
Let me
noodle.
see. I have to base it off of the images drawn next to the notes. There we go. Okay, so we were just introduced to the spire and everything, and how it kind of looks. Very Piltover, very hot air balloons, blimps, and such. And it's got the main main dock in the middle, and everything is like a big key point of it, known as the Cloud Spire. And then we kind of followed through what each, like, setting up where they each are. Like, Solus lives there, and then Tev is just staying with Mildred, the grandma, with a cat. And the cat is a mechanical cat that needs to be charged, and
I totally
Through-
forgot about
through that's the biggest reason why Tev and Solus interacted, is because Tev needed the cat to be charged from Solus's shop. I forgot what the name of that one is, and I don't have that written down.
that. That's
but-
important.
Okay, you didn't write shit, so you can step the fuck back.
I don't even remember.
Nalu is
remember.
is the guy who runs the shop,
Boom.
Okay.
and has Solus as his little apprentice. He is huge, muscle man. We kick our feet. Tev and Solus awkwardly interact as he's just trying to, he's doing his first customer servicing, and Tev's kind of just Tev. And then afterwards, Tev dragged Solus out of the space, and they went out to go look at ships, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
thinking about going on one.
On the sky dock, right?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
on the sky dock together. And then I that's kind of where my notes stopped.
That's awesome. You got an inspiration for that.
What?
Yeah.
I remember Tev checking out Nalu. I remember. You're gonna see what I remember. I remember, Tev having no money when they went to the sky dock, and was told how much gold it costs, and went, okay, guess we're not doing that. And then Solus went, oh, actually, I got that money. And Tev was like, what?
Yeah.
And then they went on sky dock and had a whole interaction where Solus was like, I forget why, but Solus took off his helmet and shit. And Tev was like, ooh, how does that work? And then stuck his arm in the mechanical arm, and then yapped about the shard piece that he has. I was like, this is what I got. Bleh. And then Solus was like, say what? And then Tim was like, yeah, catch, and threw it to Solus, and then Solus got a strike of pain.
Or
I had to
it was
drop
too
it.
hot. Like it was hotter than
Yeah.
than Solus expected.
And then Ted threw it back because Ted didn't realize that it hurt Solus to begin with.
Yeah.
And it hurt Solus times 2, and then Ted felt bad.
Yeah, Solus took 3 points of damage for that.
And then Ted was like, oh yeah, we should go do other stuff. And then that's what I remember where we left off.
We should go do other stuff.
I don't remember what the other stuff was.
You get an inspo as well, and I'll explain.
Yes! I got an inspo from that.
So, yeah,
That's awesome.
that's pretty accurate. So, you are. What you remember is Mildred actually offering dinner for you
Oh, that's right.
to go to
Right.
her place
dinner.
for dinner
Right.
this night.
Oh no.
And so the idea was Skydock and then Mildred's for dinner.
Period. I don't remember.
And the first natural 20 was rolled when, after they were in the Skydock and Tev reached into Solus's armor to like kind of test run it a little bit. Solus recovered at the stair that they had a little stare down,
Yeah.
and we
you mean
rolled
the gay,
for it.
The gay eye contact?
Yeah, and that was the first
Gay-ass
natural
eye
20.
contact.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I totally forgot about that.
It was a
Okay.
good point. It was a good time for a natural 22. And it's
Yeah, I
crazy
mean,
that the
no
they mistaking Solus for an automaton let
Right.
Solus get in for free.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Solus is just he's considered as just an automaton.
Which is so funny.
Follow-up question.
Yeah.
I don't remember how Tev felt about automatons. He felt a certain way, but I don't remember how. Anyone remember how?
I think he didn't fuck with them at all. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he didn't fuck with them.
He didn't?
He's
Yeah, they
very
were-
sussed out by them.
Yeah.
But he's getting a lot of exposure to them, so like that
right.
will
And
quickly
he
go away.
initially thought Solus was an automaton as well. I'm pretty sure.
And started to not fuck with them, yeah.
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 Like just assuming, oh, Nalu's got one of those too.
Yeah.
And then it turned out, nope.
And then you were like, actually,
Your
Yeah, I
your
think
big
that's,
bulky
you were
finger.
kind of questioning how he worked.
yeah.
And then he was like, I'm not actually an automaton.
That's so
Right.
funny.
okay.
Like,
does
I
it
am,
work?
in fact, like a creature under here.
Right.
And then you were like, Tev was like, wait, but you're like small.
Tev is not smart.
Tev's like, but you like little, and that thing big. How the fuck does that work? And then he
Yeah.
started digging around.
Yeah, I was like, let me see how this works.
Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me
Oh,
stick my
okay.
And
head.
Solus
in
was
there.
like, whoa, personal space. Okay, six paces.
And how there was
Cilandros.
how there was Cilandros, 6 paces.
That's not what he said. That's not
No.
what he did.
But he was just like, damn.
And the way the armor was weightless to Tev too from the inside.
Yes, I remember that.
Mhm.
And he wiggled his fingers around.
Did.
And then he was like, okay, that's cool. Look at this cool thing that I have.
And then injures him.
Yeah. And then like
okay.
the amount of runes inscribed on the inside of that armor too probably goes crazy.
Mhm.
So he didn't get my stink then?
Well, you did, like, because they had that look. I'm guessing he's probably a little distracted right now.
Okay, true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hasn't
yeah.
gotten the stink yet.
A
gotten
little,
the
a little
stink yet.
distracted by the gay. Forgot to check about the stink. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we could start off right where we left off, or close to it, being in the Skydock.
Oh yeah, and there were all those little robot things that kept
Yeah.
bringing stuff and like
Beverages.
wanting us to fucking
Beverages.
pay.
Beverages.
Like, bitch, I'm not paying for that.
Snacks. Beverages.
No.
Oh, I thought we were gonna jump to, because you left notes behind as well in art.
Oh.
It says
lovely.
Tev is gonna attend Mildred's for dinner and is gonna try to bring Solus along.
Okay, yeah, let's do
Great.
that.
Then you guys start making. You guys are on the path towards Mildred. It's a very familiar path for Tev. I'd say it's a decent ways walk. So you guys begin your adventure heading out of the Cloudspire gates towards Mildred's place on the outskirts of the town.
Yeah, but she's not really in the city.
Yep.
She lives like towards the forest side.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like this. I like this.
Really dragging this guy out of his comfort zone,
yeah, well,
out of his
you'll see.
personal bubble.
Yep.
Okay, so
We'll
they're
see how
they're
well I
walking
keep
together.
up with his accent.
That's why I didn't give Tev nothing.
It'll flip and
Tev's just
flop.
my voice. That's what he gets.
That's what he gets.
That's what he gets. Okay. Well, Are we walking then?
Yeah.
I guess we'd be walking, yeah.
I'd say, like, right as you're starting to get out of the heavily city area into more trees and road.
Totally.
Okay. Okay, well, there's something distinct that has to be marked. As we start leaving the city area and walking to greenery, Tev is going to stay right in the center of the road. Wherever the path is, he's right where the dirt is.
Yep.
That
Right in the middle of the road.
And the tension of, like, his body is obvious. He is not even looking towards the forest in any capacity.
that would send Solus into a bit of a social spiral.
That's so
You
funny.
see him like pacing, kind of confused, like what side to go on. He'll kind of just like awkwardly float behind him before finally figuring out, okay, I'll just the left side. I'll go on the left side.
Yeah.
Like confused by what socially he's allowed to go on.
Which side do I go on?
So
Tev
either the
doesn't.
left side or the right side.
Tev
What
doesn't
way is
say
it gonna
anything
be?
about that.
Okay.
He's not even noticing that problem. He's so laser focused.
Occasionally, you're gonna make a perception check to make sure that there's no roots dug underneath the
Me?
road. Yeah.
Okay, do you want me
Occasionally.
to make that now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta roll my d8 too, just in case.
First
Natural
roll.
20.
Yeah,
Natural. Fucking
All
20.
right, second
Damn.
natural 20 of the entire campaign.
That's strong start.
First of the session. You can see, you remember where there are bits of the things that you want to avoid on the road. Expertly, walking around them.
Any tree that is past the size of a certain point, Tev is
You know
avoiding.
them.
Yeah,
Knows them.
I. He's been down this road, down this path enough times to know. Fuck that noise. I'm avoiding this at all costs.
Is he like super obvious about being on guard?
I think that I want to do a sleight of hand check for him to try to like hide that he's being this way
Okay.
and see how successful he is.
Or a
in
deception check. It gives
A dis-
Solus the opportunity to see through it.
that. So does sleight of hand, but sleight of hand's perception.
Yeah. Rather than
My deception's better, so
I see.
okay. Deception.
I'll roll against
I rolled an
that.
8.
8 for deception. All right. Okay. Go ahead and roll for
Insight.
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 Yeah.
I'm gotten, I bet, a... What's his insight? Oh, he's got a -1.
Yeah, I got a 0.
Solus. Oh, he got a 2.
Okay, he has no idea.
You have no
Okay.
idea that I'm tripping.
Yeah. And you're being kind of obvious about you carefully navigating around.
He just thinks
Some of the
that
routes.
it's like a weird path for him.
Another one of the weird
Just the way of
things.
life he does, yeah.
But he don't judge.
Wait, question. Did
Yeah.
we pick up the cat on our way back?
No. As far as you know, it's still being built by Nalu. Because this is still the
Or
first day.
repaired?
Yeah, still being repaired.
Okay, word. Okay, word. Alright. So he's expertly avoiding the things he wants to avoid while also being sneakier than Solus is noticing. I think Solus is probably too caught up in his own social anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like still
To
kind of
notice.
confused. And he's also like, I have no idea where I am anymore. Because he doesn't get
Oh.
out of the city very much.
Yeah, he's about to make a comment about that. So,
Hmm.
been this far?
No.
How long
I
have you
don't-
lived here?
How long has he lived here, God?
5 years.
5 years. About 5.
5!
Well, yeah.
5!
Give or take.
Give
I just
or
don't
take.
get out very much. It's
Yeah,
kind of
I've gathered that. I've gathered that.
very focused on my duties with Nalu. I don't really like to have any distractions.
Oh, but life is full of so many distractions.
I've learned that very fast.
All right, well, you're gonna get to see a new side. He like does this little eye shifty thing. Of this city.
Why did you say it like that?
Doesn't
Is it
answer.
a bad side of the city? I thought you lived
Not
in
for
this
you.
area.
I
No.
kinda do. Part time. I live here part time.
How does one live there part-time?
When me and Mildred disagree on something, or
You get
I
kicked
feel-
out?
I kick myself out. If that makes sense.
Why?
Because, there's like a comfortable alleyway to sleep in.
Comfortable?
Yeah.
Most alleyways are not comfortable.
They can be.
Mm,
I lay out my coat.
not from my experience.
and,
Lay out in the cold.
and I curl up.
You only have fur on the bottom half of your body, not on the top half.
You don't know that.
Like, you see him get a little bit flustered.
Bold assumption.
I didn't mean it like that.
And you have fur on the lower half of your body. That's an assumption.
That's not true.
How would I know that?
It's a good point. So,
Only
I
one way
guess
to
so.
find out. No, I'm just
He's like, you're clearly tweaking. We don't need to find that out now. We're in the middle of nowhere.
It's nowhere. It's somewhere. Shifts his eyes again.
What are you looking for? You seem like you're a little distracted around with the surroundings.
Doesn't
there
answer.
Is there
Ignores.
something to be worried about? Are there enemies out here?
Nah.
But you look a little concerned every time you shift your eyes.
Not concerned. Lies. Roll for
Can I roll for that?
And insight. Yep, go for it.
Oh, good luck beating my 23.
Oh,
Oh my god! Oh, but I got a nat 20.
oh, you win.
You see right through it then.
Holy
You're
shit.
lying to me.
There's
He's starting to sweat a little.
nothing you should be worried about. You're fine. Nothing you should
But
be
I've
worried
never
about.
been out here before.
It's nothing for you to worry about. It's perfectly safe out here.
Alright, I'll trust you for now.
You want to do a perception check on your surroundings?
Yes.
Go for it.
You do it. Tev is now distracted because he's talking. What are you worried about anyway? You're big. Well, not in there, but big out there, right? I mean, I
I'm-
think.
Big out
Oh, wait,
where?
wait,
What do you mean?
Like big this part. He does a gesture to your whole suit. This part, big.
This part? He got an 11.
That's good. That gets the basic features of your surroundings. So, as you exit the Cloud Spire, on the left and the right there are lots of farmland and orchards kind of cast amongst the hill. And as you go straight, you can see that there is a large wall of forest, kind of about a mile ahead of you. And up until where that forest line is divided, it's all clear farmland. And you can see some people working in the field, some people are starting to pack up and call it a day. You can tell that there's lots of fruit tree orchards and basic grain being cultivated there, and then the occasional tree alongside the road,
It's like zero threat.
up until the forest clearing ends. Then it's It looks to be a darker path much further ahead.
Hmm. I don't have a lot to be worried about. It's just I don't get out very often, and I mean, in the armor, I'm pretty fine. It's pretty safe in the armor.
So what are you worrying about?
He doesn't answer.
Got quiet.
What are you worrying about?
Doesn't answer.
Got quiet there.
I guess that we both have nothing to worry about.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Guess so.
Guess so.
Let's go like look out into the into the fields.
Who's also looking out? Yes.
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 Kind of hitting the little head scratch against metal.
Oh,
Solus would wave.
Tev also waves. They probably recognize Tev also, because he always comes through here. No. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I guess
Especially
isn't
because,
he
you
like
know-
the only satyr around?
Yeah, I was about to say he's pretty unique.
Yeah.
So a lot of people
Yeah.
know him. Does he know them? No, but he's pretty infamous.
Yeah.
Local homeless man.
Exactly.
local
Everybody knows who the local
local
homeless
Florida
is.
man.
But it's
Local
giving
Florida
tweaker
man.
that you recognize on the same corner of the street vibes,
That's
you
what.
know?
Yeah.
But they're nice too because he's nice. He's not a weird tweaker. He's a nice tweaker.
He's the gentle tweaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just can't. He's got that stank to him. So
They got he's got that stank to him.
I don't know if they notice the stank. You don't even notice the stank.
he might start noticing the stank.
We'll
You never
see.
know.
Dev is twirling the shard. I don't remember if we talked about what the shard looks like. Is it just like a piece of light?
A piece of light encased in a gem. So
Okay.
it's
Hmm.
like it's kind of glowy too.
Yeah. Oh, I'd imagine it's glowy.
Yeah.
That was my thought. Tev's swirling it around in his hand.
That's awesome.
Where did you find it? Might I ask? As he notices the gem.
Well, the woman that I live with had it.
She just had it, just owned it.
I guess.
She's...
I didn't
and
really
so
ask questions.
you just kind of took it.
I asked for it. She gave it to me.
Hmm. Interesting.
Weird
Just
lady.
kind of just pondering on it. Yeah.
He shrugs. It's all mine now.
Guess so. Do you know where it comes from, or because can Solus recognize it as anything important to him, or just knows that it did
No.
damage to him?
Did damage to him. There. Roll two things for me: a history check and an arcana check.
Fuck. Okay. Start. So history.
And I'm gonna take the average of the two rolls and give you the answer.
History. He got 13,
Okay.
and then Arcana. You said.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
He got a 16.
Okay, you pass. So with that roll, the familiarity, no, and yes. So the shape of it, the look of it, is you haven't really seen it around, but the two times you interacted with it physically, there was a feeling of comfort and familiarity in that, even though it was overwhelming. It was an overwhelming presence and damaged Solus.
I also did
Okay.
name drop it, so
Yeah.
Oh.
at the beginning I said a piece of what did I forget what I said. It was probably something along the lines of this is a piece of Cilandros' heart. And I'm
Yes.
looking for it.
I think that's what you said. A piece of
Do I-
Cilandros' heart.
So he would kind of get the gist of.
Ev doesn't really know who that is though.
Solus
saying that
has a
out-
pretty decent knowledge.
Yes.
Out of character, I'm saying bro does not know who that is. He just said the name.
Bro just it,
'Cause he's been
bro's
told the
just
name.
here.
Yeah, he was told the name. He knows what that's as far as it goes.
Just regurgitating the information.
Yeah.
Totally.
What do you intend to do with it? Like, what's the plan for this guy?
He kind of looks anxious. Looks around again. I haven't really come up with a plan. The plan is find all the pieces. And then he gets
Find
like
all the pieces.
looks like 1,000-yard stare for a second there.
Do you know what happens when you find all the pieces?
No.
Hmm.
Well, I know what happens for me. I don't know what happens outside of that.
What would happen for you?
No comment.
Oh,
Okay. He kind of like looks away judgingly, like, guy's really fucking odd.
you could even say too many personal questions.
Too many personal questions.
Questions!
We close to this.
Yeah, I'd say you guys
Mildred's
are.
home.
You guys are about 20 paces away from
Uh,
the
20
forest,
paces.
the entrance to the forest.
Yeah, Tev
As
says
there
those
are
exact
large
words.
arcs of the trees, like where areas where they were trimmed so that the more taller caravan or passing through here might be able to fit into it, or people mounted on horses can fit through it. And so it's like created this kind of arch where the trees are kind of at a bend, and it like feels like a welcoming path. People come here often.
We're almost there. 20 paces away.
Hmm. Very far out.
Now that you've, because what's Tev's reaction to
Oh,
the forest as you get closer?
Hmm.
he is literally pulled his coat over his head a little bit and is like hunched over. And
He doesn't want
Like-
to run into a branch.
it's
Like,
literally.
it's not discreet anymore, is it?
Let me try.
Okay,
Let's try,
I
let's
like
try.
the attempt.
But I feel like with disadvantage because
Deception with disadvantage.
because I'm already. Yeah, no, he rolled a 13 for deception.
Hit that insight.
And Solus rolled a 15.
Okay, it's.
Solus
it
knows
could
there's
have
something
been-
up.
It could have been that he was just covering his head to not run into branches, but. I mean, this
Not
guy
a single branch will even hit Solus.
The tweaker's
Yeah.
tweaking again.
The tweaker. is-
What are you doing? You're trying to hide from someone.
You can see a little like. He like looks over at you but doesn't answer.
You're acting a lot more
Side-eye.
strangely than you did before.
It's fine. Everything's fine. We're fine.
Is it the trees? They're really far away. You're not gonna hit one.
I'm not worried about
I
hitting them.
can. Well, here he starts like holding his arms up above him to almost like cover him from the trees, from any branches that could be going near Tev.
Oh. Thank
You
you.
won't get caught in a single one. They're very high up, even for me.
It's not that I'm worried about.
What are you worried about?
I don't want to have a conversation.
A conversation?
He nods.
With who?
Shakes his head.
Are you afraid to have a conversation with the trees?
Something like that.
It's a tree. You can't talk to a tree.
He creaks his head over at Solus.
Okay, maybe you can talk to a tree.
Creaks back ahead.
Trees are usually a very one-sided conversation from my experience.
Well, this one is very two-sided.
Okay. I'll take your word
Whatever
for
that
it.
means.
I'm sure the trees aren't that rude.
Some of them can be, but this one I wouldn't describe as rude.
This one? He's like looking at the trees. This one, or you know them individually?
These ones don't talk all that much until there's one that shows up.
Oh. One tree specifically has it
Yeah.
out for you?
Yes.
Did you trip on it or try to cut it down?
Yeah, you could say that. You could say I tripped on it. He's tweaking.
What did you do to the tree?
I don't want to talk about it. Too many personal questions.
Okay.
I think by then they probably almost reached the...
Yeah, there's a fork in the road, and you know to take the right path, the left being the primary one. And this path, goes onto private land, so it's a little more unkempt than the road that everyone travels on. And it's about like 30 paces away from the outcropping, where all the trees end up cleared out, but that's in a little bit.
Okay.
Did you piss off these trees?
These specific trees?
The ones we're going by?
I don't really want to interact with them that much. So no?
Any tree?
Any tree.
Alright. Fair enough.
That's why I sleep in the alleyway.
Because there's no trees?
Yes.
Well, maybe don't sleep in the alleyway. If you need to, my shop doesn't have any trees.
No trees? Not even
No
a plant?
trees.
Not even a potted plant?
I usually
No weeds on the sidewalk?
burn most plants that I'm near.
Perfect.
He can't have potted plants in his house. Especially when he's like home in the safety, taking his armor off. He'd probably like the space around him, he might just dehydrate a plant.
Wait, burn? He's asking Solus.
I've burnt a couple plants, yes. Usually it just
How?
I do a lot of metal work around, so you know sparks fly.
It has
the
nothing to
plant
do with the
goes
fact that
down.
you glow?
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Want an insight check that shit?
Deception
Good
first.
deception, yeah.
Okay,
He got
go ahead.
15.
Ah! Okay, unrelated then.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you just glow for no particular
Mm.
reason.
Mm-hmm.
And you're hiding
It's
your face
genetic.
for no particular reason.
I feel safer in this armor. I've always felt safer in armor, and I built it myself.
Mm.
I need Tev to roll a perception check for
Okay.
roots.
More of his sweating as well.
That's a 3.
Oh no, he's
Okay.
distracted.
Make a
very
dexterity saving throw.
Oh no! A dex save? Okay.
DC
14.
11. Okay. So you're lost in conversation, and like your anxious spike kicks in the back of your head. You look down, being really familiar with this path, And you go, oh, that was close. And you step over a root,
Yeah, no, I don't fuck with that.
interrupting the conversation to do so.
Yeah, very
yeah.
obviously.
You just stop and went, oh. Walks over it.
Even the roots you can't touch as well? Is that
Think-
what happened?
Think about how a tree works, okay? Tree have a branch and leaf. Tree also have root. Touch root. No good. No good. Bad. Very bad.
Definitely touched a couple. Do they not like that? Is that a big no?
No, that's fine. I don't think they mind. It's this particular one that I'm avoiding.
Right, okay.
And you've now
Sure.
hit the opening to the outcropping, which ends with a large wall of the trees as you step out of the forest area. And you can see in this outcropping, it makes a circular shape. And you can see that the rest of the forest kind of wraps around this cleared out, nice, fluffy, grassy area. And in the center of it, or slightly off center, towards the back of this outcropping, is what looks to be a large house. Mildred's house. I need
thank
perception
God
checks.
we're here.
Perception checks? Okay.
Yeah.
13. I have a -2 to my perception.
How perceptive.
18.
Okay, with the average roll. Tev knows all this information, but for Solus, the pathway that goes from the dirt road, the rest of the way is there's a filled in with brick that leads up all the way to the house's steps, and beside the house to the left is an area for her garden, and you can see a bunch of plants for the winter seasons already starting to sprout, and they're all in neat lines going back and forth, and she's got a few decorations on the outside of her house, and you can see a bunch of just gardening tools outside, but you also see scattered bits of robot parts here and there, some leaning against the side of the house. There's like an automaton body that belonged to a smaller construct, kind of resting on the outside of her house. And there are lamp posts that have a runic light. So it's just a large blue luminescence kind of along the pathway to her house.
The music is so epic.
I know.
I'm stressed out.
I'm like, oh shit. All the info.
We're getting dropped all the epic info about Mildred's house.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Do you guys
that's
watch
a
up?
lot of it.
Do you guys walk up?
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, Tev has quickened his pace, hopping over there as quickly as he possibly can,
Solus is
And
just
then-
kind of following behind. Taking
knocking
in
on
all
the
the
door.
space.
And
It was more like a doo 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 doo.
and do you open it yourself? Like that? I feel like at this point you and Mildred are on are past
open the
knocking
door.
phase.
And then I call into the house before entering.
As the
Mildred, I have a guest!
As the door actually swings open, attached to the ceiling is this half sphere with a illuminated circle on it that shifts into your direction, and you hear a "Guest detected. Please wipe your feet before entering." And it goes. "Bzz." Hi, Tev.
I hate this thing.
It's a
You
very
can-
unique creature.
You can see as you enter the doorway that the left side of the wall has a few brass lanterns that also contain the same glow, and on the right is a coat rack as you enter the doorway, and you hear in the distance, you hear come in, I'm just getting dinner done. And as you enter, actually, a second figure appears off to the side, and it's standing at about 5'8", so about the average height, and it's an automaton that reaches his arm out and goes, please, come on in. And you know this, Tev, to be Wilfred.
Oh.
Mildred's personal automaton assistant. Come on in and take
what
a
is-
seat.
That's a really good automaton.
Is it? I don't know. They're all off-putting.
What probably speaks for itself.
Yeah, I guess it's very off-putting. In fact.
Mm.
And it goes, you may, it goes, Tev, you may leave your automaton by the door if you so desire.
No. Oh.
Okay, I guess I'm not the only one. Not an
Oh.
automaton. No automaton.
It creaks its head.
Just kind of look like one. Sorry.
Oh. A cybernetically enhanced automaton.
No, not
You-
automaton. God, these things are stupid. No automaton. He's like doing the
And-
X motion with his arms.
And you hear in the distance, what did I say about being mean to Wilfred?
I can't help how dumb it is.
They only have.
Sorry.
And you hear skittering. The wooden floorboards, the creak in the distance, and through the living room, which is ahead of you. Actually, right past the living room is the kitchen. She pops up around the bend of the wall and goes. What you see is a slightly hunched over woman with graying hair, dark features, and an apron, a red apron on, with a symbol on it that isn't so quite familiar to either of you. And she goes up to, she walks up to Wilfred, pats him on the chest, and goes, "Go take care, go take care of the dishes, please. I'll bring in our guests." And Wilfred goes, "As you request." Boop 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 boop, and he goes and heads over into the kitchen. And he goes and looks at Tev and goes, delivered my lovely little schmookums to Nalu.
Yes, Nalu got the freaky little cat monster.
Huh? So I'm hard of hearing it.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. Glares at Tev. Your friend over here is quite large.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I just never expected to host anyone about the size of a colossus or a. You're just
I think
big.
That might be an exaggeration.
I mean, she goes and like creaks her head up. I can barely see the top of your figure.
He kind of like crouches down a little bit.
Whoa! And she. May I touch the armor that you're wearing?
Sure. Yeah.
And she places her hand against it, and like
It's
she
definitely
rubs
warm.
a finger along it. And she goes, "Whoa! It's warm to the touch. I thought your chimney on your head was for decoration, but there's a function to it, and the steel. It's of Nalu's design. Oh, Oh, okay. Okay, you're and she turns around and she goes and grabs her cane nearby that she usually leaves by the front of her door. And she goes, "You're Nalu's apprentice. I understand now. I understand."
How was
Yes.
supposed to do the introductions?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's so rude of me. Who's your friend? Who's your friend that you brought for dinner?
Suddenly he doesn't remember.
Solus just kind of
Go
stares
ahead.
for a moment.
This is your opportunity, love.
Was I ever told Solus's name? Did we do proper introductions?
Yeah.
I think so. Like, maybe at the
don't remember.
shop.
I think at the shop.
If he spoke to Nalu, yeah,
Yeah.
he probably would have said Solus's name.
Okay. I don't think he'd remember that. Maybe I'll
Make a roll of
for it.
history.
History.
Praying.
Yeah.
Or you just say a completely wrong name.
14.
Yeah, that was a DC 12, so you pass.
Solus is his name.
Solus kind of just nods in confirmation, like, that took a second, but you remembered.
Well, welcome to my humble abode, Solus.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to have you.
It's always
I
a pleasure as well.
I got
You
to go.
regularly deal with your cat.
He's cutting Solus off entirely. I got to go on the thing, on the tall building thing, with the
Aw.
thing up there on the thing, and then when you look below, and it was crazy.
You went to the sky dock?
Yes.
Oh, you'll have to tell me all about that at dinner. Come, please, let's get you guys sat down. But one moment, hold on. And she scurries over to the kitchen and pulls out one of the two chairs from the dining room table. And you can hear more creaking, and she goes and gives a command to Wilfred. And Wilfred goes into this room out of sight, and you guys can kind of hear what sounds like stone scratching against the wooden floorboard, and he places it somewhere. So she goes, "Please come on into the kitchen."
Solus wanders along behind wherever Tev's going.
Oh my god, and every
Solus-
step that you take is
Yeah.
Yeah, and every step that Tev takes is clip, clop,
clip,
clip, clop.
Sorry, I
the
didn't
floorboards
really
kind
think
of
about
bend.
this aspect.
Kind of bend a little bit too as you step onto it.
Yeah, it
And
feels
so-
a little bit like a giant wandering into a small house.
So you guys pass through the
Wait,
Oh, go ahead.
Can Tev lean up, I guess,
Yeah.
towards Solus?
Yeah.
I'd go, do you never take it off? Isn't it kind of rude to wear that in somebody's house?
I don't really want to take it off. That's okay.
All right. Seems cumbersome.
I haven't really run into a problem of like this, in my opinion.
Oh, well, that's because you don't
Usually
go out.
Well, usually I'm able to just wear it at work, so don't have to worry about the specifics of wandering into more residential houses.
You don't go anywhere.
It's kind of safer that way, in my opinion.
Why?
No comment. He stays
Personal
quiet on that
questions.
one. Because he does not want to take the chance.
All right, fine. Have it your way. But you look awkward. And he
It's
walks forward.
the price I pay. Just kind of shrugs and wanders along, trying to avoid items that are like probably like you know, valuables or breakables. He's kind of just making a very ginger wander.
Oh yes, please make a dexterity saving throw
Yeah.
as you attempt to
Trying to be ginger
Be
here. He's got a
very-
negative on his fucking dex save.
Oh, Lord.
let's go.
Bumbling idiot.
He got the 7.
You fail. Okay.
Oh.
So you take a step forward as Mildred beckons you guys, but after Tev is just like, do you always wear this everywhere? And you walk forward, and one of the coats from the coat rack get caught on the your
Oh.
elbow area as you walk by, and it goes and it
Clanks.
falls onto the ground.
Oh no.
Makes Tev jump.
Yeah.
And he whips around. What did I just say?
Sorry, I'm sorry. He scrambles to start picking it up.
And you can
Tev
see
helps him.
that one of the coats that fell off the rack is identical to the coat that Tev's wearing.
I assume in a different color.
Yeah. Same size, different color.
Interesting.
Same style.
Yeah. I like to think you got most of your apparel from Mildred's dead husband.
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's all. We've agreed on this. That's all his clothes.
Yep. And you go and
But yeah,
you
he's
place it back up.
Struggling.
And you guys
Yeah,
start
he's-
walking towards the kitchen, but not before walking through the living room, which the living room is built as Mildred's trophy display room. So
Fuck.
what you can see is that there's a fireplace with a large varying furniture from a couch face towards it to just a chair, but all the spots that have tables and mantles amongst the wall, you can see a wide variety of them. You see a framed map. You see a couple sketches on the wall. There's a compass. There's a what looks to be like a glass dagger mounted along the wall, and then there's this centerpiece that held a bowl, a stone bowl, and Tev knows that to be the spot that she showcased the shard from.
Right.
Clearly meant for
What?
something special.
She's got a lot of trinkets here.
Isn't that like how all old women are? They love collecting stuff.
Not to my memory. I'm not around a lot of old women.
None?
He's like thinking. No, not from my experience. I've only been really around Nalu.
Ever?
I've been around women before.
Okay, well, have you not met an old woman who collects things?
Not in my past very often, no.
Huh. Maybe it's just a Mildred thing then.
He's deconstructing how women work. Maybe it's not a woman thing.
It's a Mildred thing.
Shit, I misaligned this as a female thing.
I don't know how humans work.
That's fair. Everyone's kind of different. Everyone has different collections. I know that it's common amongst a lot of older women and older folk to collect things, especially based off of their, the different interests, whether or not they like to be hoarders, or especially based
Huh?
off of their pay, whether or not
Hoarder?
they're middle class or lower
What is
class.
a hoarder?
Someone who hoards items.
Like a dragon?
Yeah,
But a person.
but a person, yes.
So like rich people?
Sort of. Usually they mostly hoard, currency and titles and bigger things than just their trinkets.
So it's gotta be a human thing. To like
Definitely a human
hoard
thing.
stuff.
Yeah, and as you're
Yeah.
walking through the living room, you see more shelves and this large cabinet that has shelves within it that has glass that's contained within glass as well, with wooden, beautifully ornate wooden knobs and dust-free environment. She really does take care of this space, and you see a golden sand in a vial. You see what looks to be one of those light fixtures with the runes in them, with the blue runes that's fractured. It's broken, but you see like liquid inside of it. And next beside that is what looks to be a bronze hand that belonged to an automaton with a familiar engraving on the back of the palm, on so the top of the hand of it, and it just kind of stuck upwards.
It's definitely a beautiful hoard, though. A lot of really interesting trinkets.
Maybe she'll give you one if you ask nicely.
I wouldn't want to steal from her. I wouldn't want to take anything that she has a lot of attachment to.
You just ask her.
Ask her?
Yeah, you go, hey, do you like that thing? Can I have it?
I can
then she'll
pay her
go-
at least, or trade.
I don't think she needs the money. She's fine. She's not gonna let you give her money. She's not gonna let you give her money. I'm telling you right now.
Really?
Watch. Give it a try yourself.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll think on it.
What is there to think about?
It's just kind of different. I'm kind of still a stranger to her. I'm just usually in the
I
back
asked her for
working
this on the
boy.
first day.
That is interesting.
She gave it to me
He's
right
just
away.
kind of nodding awkwardly.
Just give it a try.
It
Anything
seems
that your
more up
fancy
your
goes
alley than mine.
I know, but I already cashed in my ask.
Mm,
Cashed in a few asks.
I'll see how it goes. I'll see how our conversation goes. I wouldn't want to take too much from one of our regular patrons.
And you guys head to the kitchen, and it's you've got a kind of a compact kitchen cooking area to the left of this section of the house, and the dining room is slightly over to the right, and you can piece together that the grinding sound of stone against the wood was where there would have been two wooden chairs sat at this large oak table that spans quite a few distance. It could probably hold like 10 people at this table. It's quite wide. Was replaced with a stone bench. You can only assume who that's placed for. And as you enter the kitchen, you hear the whistling of a teapot. Do you guys step up to the kitchen table?
Uh-huh.
Okay, both of you roll perception checks.
Unnatural one.
I got a 3.
Yeah, well, thankfully...
I rolled a 3 and I have a -2.
Oh, it's lined with food, like from in the center of the table. It's hard to with such a low roll. You just know that there's meats, foods, a large like charcuterie of options in the center of the table with meat with steam coming off of the meat. And she says, please take a seat. I'll be there with tea in a moment.
Solus will sit presumably on the stone bench.
Yeah.
So he doesn't break anything.
And on the right side, at the end of the table, is Wilfred stood there, awaiting his next command. And then he goes without any instruction, begins lifting some of the lids from sections of the meal in front of you, and he lifts the lid off of one dish and he goes, "This is a slow cooked roast with root vegetables. A tender seasoned roast cooked to perfection by Mildred with carrots, potatoes, onions." And you hear Mildred go, "Wilfred." He goes, "Yes, my lady." She goes, "You don't... They know what roasted vegetables are. You don't need to explain it to them." He goes, "But decorum, ma'am. We have a new guest here."
Decorum.
She goes, Uh, I, we don't have to worry too much about formalities with Tev's associates, I think. Is that right to assume?
It's fair to assume.
All right. He goes, great, then I'll keep it brief then. And he lifts up 2 lids. He goes, buttered bread, salad. And then he lifts up the
Just
lid
kind of
of another one.
nods.
And he goes, that's an apple tart. And then she goes and brings over the tea, which actually isn't tea. What she's got in there is, actually she pours the hot liquid into what looks to be, clay mugs. And she goes, and my homemade mead is done. And she pours one cup for each of you and one for herself. But she pours herself into a tankard rather than a mug. That's like
Dramatic
triple
there.
the size of her hand.
You can drink.
And she finishes filling it up. And she hands you both, or she places both drinks in front of you both, and then goes to sit down with hers at the other end of the table, across from where Wilfred is standing. And she goes, it's been a minute since I've made an entire course just from food in my garden. It feels really satisfying.
Did you make anything pickled?
Let me check. And she goes and checks her storage container.
He didn't even bother looking.
Ugh.
That's the role.
She goes,
He
I
did not
don't
even
have
bother
anything
looking.
pickled outright on the table, but I might have something. She goes and shuffles
It's
for it.
fine.
She goes,
No,
no,
it's fine.
hold on.
No,
hold on."
no, it's fine, Mildred. It's
She's
fine. It's
ignoring
fine.
you. With a 17. Yes, here it is. My homemade pickled radish. Sliced
Give me
into
that.
thin slices. Here you
Give me
go.
that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that.
She goes and hands it to you.
He cracks it open and just sticks his hand in the jar
Oh, well,
Oh.
and starts eating it.
you can just have it.
That's what I gathered.
Oh, I mean, I thought you were going to eat it with the meal today. But it looks like that's a part of the meal entirely, so you get to take that with you, please. I don't want it back. Don't forget
Soulless just kind of
to
sits
share.
awkwardly.
Don't forget to share with your companion. Yeah. Soulless, is that correct?
Yes,
How,
that's my name.
How do you spell that?
Solice.
Oh, how peculiar.
So lice.
Oh,
That's-
Are you from the southern continent? It's
Have
a
you
very
ever had
peculiar
lice
name.
before?
He's staring because he's getting one stupid question, one very real question.
Oh, please answer Tev's first.
Yeah, dude. Can you even get lice?
I maybe I never had lice in my household, and I've never had
I missed
lice.
that.
I think he would burn like natural lice.
Yeah, he don't know that.
And sorry, you said was I from the southern?
Continent, yes. It's a very peculiar name.
I am from. He's like thinking. He's trying to. His gears are kind of
Tev is
turning lightly.
narrowing his eyes.
I from somewhere near the southern. Yes,
That makes
around
sense.
those parts.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, I've heard that
Holy
Nalu
inspection.
travels to the southern continent quite a bit. Is that
Mhm,
is that where you
mm.
two? Is that where you two met?
Yes. He came by and I got taken up as an apprentice. You know, it's just the little things that happen. As he's like fiddling with the utensils. It was a very great opportunity. I just,
make a
didn't
dex
have-
make a dex check. Just So there's
Oh,
a flat
God.
dex. So D20 and then add your dexterity modifier.
What is there to add?
Oh yeah, you're like a -1,
His
right?
ass, yeah.
Yeah, add your
You
negative.
got a
DC
7?
10. Ooh,
Oh.
you're trying to grab your fork and it keeps slipping.
Oh.
As
He's
you're
sweating a little.
talking,
He's sweating a little.
Kev is like got that jar in his arms, and he's got one hand like shoved in it, and he's shaking his head at Solus.
and now Mildred is pouring her. Or actually, no. Mildred goes and issues a command to Wilfred. She goes, Wilfred, please pour me a serving of the roasted vegetables and to get me a slice of the apple tart, a little bit of salad on the side with the vinaigrette, and butter my bread for me, please. And he goes, as you wish, and quickly goes to her side, starts preparing everything. And then she goes and clasps her hand together as she's looking at the two of you and goes, so, how did you two meet?
Today.
Today?
Yeah.
He was at the shop dropping off your cat, and he was a very peculiar character, to say the least. And
Eyebrow
was
raise.
I was helping him out with the cat, and one thing led to another, and we were both at the ports together.
She's nodding her head and she's like,
He doesn't go anywhere. Mildred, listen to me, Mildred. He doesn't go anywhere. So I just
He's
said,
sweating.
let's go somewhere. Let's go do something. And we just kind of wandered. And then we ended up, at the, what are they called? The port?
The sky
The
dock?
sky port. Oh, sky dock. And I can never afford to go there, and I would never ask anyone to go there. And we were wandering, and I was curious because I'd never been in there. Because if I went in there alone, they would probably kick me out. So.
She's nodding in agreement.
But they thought Solus was an automaton, just like your automatons thought. And so we managed to get through because I think they may have thought that I was more important than I actually am because I had an automaton.
Ah.
He's like putting two and two together as he speaks. Anyway, we got to go up there. That was cool. That was so fun. And Solus knows about this. And somewhat recognizes the name.
Solus is immediately sweating more.
Oh. Do now. And she, with two fingers, pokes one of her roasted vegetables after Wilfred was quick in setting it up and puts it in her mouth. And she goes, he does now.
Apparently.
Oh.
And then we ended up here.
She gulps and goes, lovely.
He treated me to the skyport or whatever. So I'm treating him to your meal.
Wow. And she goes, what's the prices looking like nowadays at the sky dock?
A lot.
Is it still 3 silver like it used to be? Do you want to know how much you paid?
How much did we pay? I
You paid
forgot.
40 silver.
Oh my god! It was about 40.
And she coughs. What? 40? 40 silver?
Yeah.
That's
Didn't know it was 3.
That's highway robbery. Oh, there's profiteering.
Thankfully, it wasn't too bad. I've got more than enough in my funds.
I bet. I mean, working with Nalu's, like, you've got projects going on every single day. The Tangaroa's Mystical Runes has been the sole place to get any sort of automatons in the entire Cloud Spire, so I imagine. There used to be a competitor on the other side of town, but they've since gone missing and probably moved towns. I don't know where they went.
Tev's eyebrow raises, looks over at Solus.
Solus is staring at Mildred. He is afraid to look at Tev now with all of this information being thrown around willy-nilly. He needs to stay locked the fuck in.
And she goes, so, what do you know of this gem here?
I don't know a lot. It's just, well, I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what it's for. I just know that my hunch, my guess is it has to do maybe with Cilandros, that god of the sky sun, whatever that could possibly be.
She puts another bite of it and she goes, like the one that the Divine Federation always talks about? She's munching it.
Yeah,
blinks.
those people, whatever they do, you know, I don't know. I just...
Who's the Divine Federation?
Is that Alicon?
Nope.
Okay.
That is Tev asking.
She goes, wow, you really fell into this place from nowhere, huh? The Divine Federation regulates all of...
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, please, don't let me cut you
No,
off.
it's okay. No,
I insist.
I insist.
They're doing this as like Solus is tweaking on the inside.
She goes, all right, fine, I budge. The Divine Federation is the sole government that regulates all of our runic capacitors, batteries, everything. They own every single one of these skycrafts that leave the sky docks, airships as they call it, and are in charge of global trade. Although they don't own the lands here, they have a big influence on what goes in, what goes out.
Oh, you mean the ones that I have to avoid?
Yes, precisely. Or else they'll likely cast you out of society, like they have many times before. Which is why most of...
They're such downers. No sense of joy whatsoever.
Most of the, most magical entities have been chased away, or even creatures that have some form of genealogical tie to magic, they have chased out and segregated from cities they take over. So most of the northern continent here has been being influenced by them. And so the more centric you go to a town that's controlled by the Federation, you'll realize there's just mostly humans and other, like, you know, dwarves and...
Hold on a second. Looks over at Solus. You've lived here 5 years. You should know about these guys.
I do.
You said
I know.
whatever they do. That's what you said.
Well, we haven't seen any of the Divine Federation people here for about maybe 6 years, 7 years, and they were just they were passing through. So the government here is actually independent from them.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Hold on, I need to find my notes.
I just got here. Like a year ago, I think. If that's how time passes.
She goes, the
Solus
people that...
stares confused at that one.
He says, the people that regulate the government here are actually quite good at keeping the Divine Federation away. They've created deals with them to allow the trade in. However, when it comes to the people here and the people allowed to be here, it's all diverse folk. Which is why there's a strict, no Divine Federation members not on official business allowed here. And they're all on official business, apparently. And she says that mockingly.
Mm.
There was one time I think I laid my eyes on one of those guys.
Oh?
Mm.
When I first got here.
Mm.
I see. It could have also been a supporter, so there is theological freedom as well, and so some will have the this insignia, which doesn't look that looks like a radiant half sun, but with a red and yellow hue. And they generally all look the same in the same armor. You can't usually tell their sex apart until one either speaks or take off their wear, which makes it really creepy because it looks like they're all the same. Like they have no individual personality of any kind.
Tev is looking
Solus
over
is
at Solus.
sweating. He's sweating so much. He's just staring forward now.
Yeah, it's hard to read Solus when he doesn't have his fucking shit
And
off his head.
No, but you can tell he's
Oh.
tense
Yeah.
based off of the grip he now has on his fork.
Oh yeah, roll another dex check for me, please.
I can do that.
How are you gonna
DC
eat
10.
in that thing?
His 16.
All right, you've
He has his
found-
fork.
You found a good grip for the fork. The grip
And he
is
is
your choice.
clenching. He's
And-
very tense right now.
And she goes, the local newspaper really helps to kind of essentially shame them away from places like this, especially when they're under Ilara's control, the magistrate at the governing office. She is
I
a
don't know how to read.
powerful woman. She canonically coughed.
Mhm.
Is a very powerful
would.
woman with many connections around here. There's not a person that goes through here that she doesn't know or doesn't know about.
Hmm.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
So she knows about me?
I'm sure she's heard about you.
Hmm.
But have you met a very tall woman in full blue robes with golden buttons? Yes.
No.
Hmm. Well then, she probably knows
See?
about you
Maybe.
though. Roll a history check.
Yeah. He landed there. This is for Kai. He landed there whenever the newest skyport had first opened.
Yeah.
History?
Yeah.
22.
With the 22, you do remember seeing a figure with these particular features, and you remember it being a tall, slender woman who has got an air of authority to her, with a also wearing a blue beret, and so
I
it's
think he would avoid anyone who looked like they had any authority.
yeah. You could sniff the
Avoid.
authority on her.
Yeah, and would try to scramble away as quickly as possible. Because he's kind of undocumented.
And you where you probably saw her near the sky dog, probably overseeing some shit.
Okay, weird.
'Kay.
Say.
She goes,
Oh, before she yaps again, Tev's gonna look over at Solus. So, you gonna try it? Gestures to the food while munching on a
Yes.
radish.
Yeah, I can try it. He like takes a bit of a on the fork and kind of just like looks at each of them, being like, "Am I being fully perceived right now?"
No answer. Is he saying that?
No, he's like he's like scoping out if both Mildred and Tev are focused on this, like him eating the food thing.
nah. She's just looking at the two of you.
He's just gonna quietly, just kind of like slowly put the fork near his helmet, and then like somehow like in the little crevasse of where his neck is,
Stop!
you will see like the fork go in, and he will eat it that way, and then it will come back out.
That's so funny.
Ev's gonna roll his eyes. And he's
So
not gonna
because
say
the
anything.
because the armor is sealed, as we've discussed, because of the vulnerability to like gases and such, I assume there is a sound of pressure being relieved from the suit as you do that.
A little bit, yeah.
A little
And then he just kind of like gets himself all situated again. And he goes,
and it drops it in.
"Delicious," as he's just kind of like still mildly stressed out.
Thank you.
Very yummy.
Tev narrows his eyes.
Is there a reason you're encasing yourself in that armor? I mean, judging by
That's
the
a great
feel of it,
question.
judging by the feel of it, I assume it's much hotter on the inside than it is on the outside.
They kind of, yeah, there's a bit of a reason. I mean, it's been a passion project of mine. This creation, I've made it myself with Nalu. He's just kind of like staring, trying to figure out an answer. Haven't really, I just,
He doesn't like to
No.
talk about it.
Oh.
Whatever the reason is, he doesn't like to talk about it. Let's drop it.
And she goes, I'm just wondering, because it is rare for what I assume to be... Rolling. Natural 20.
oh fuck.
A fire genasi in the northern continent. I mean, to keep yourself discreet, I understand. But it sounds like you don't get out much at all.
Snaps. Tev snaps his head towards Solus.
Now he's really stuck. This like he's definitely feeling the pressure at this point because he's really nervous. He's feeling like
buddy.
extremely like cornered in this moment.
Vulnerable. Oh.
She goes,
Yeah.
she goes, the village that I actually excavated that gem from, that crystal, belonged to a small inhabitants of Fire Genasi in the southern continent.
Tev's eyes blink and his tail
That,
kind of whips a little bit.
that kind of tracks. That makes sense. You know, glowing shard of heat with fire genasis. That makes sense. Yep, that checks out.
In fact, they worshipped it. It was embedded into the center of the palm of a large statue that had fallen over when we were tasked with this expedition. I never met any of them. There is just historical records of that area, and it looked to be abandoned.
It must have left it. Yes, they just may have left it behind by accident. I wouldn't have any knowledge of that one. I don't know what happened there.
Eyebrow raise.
One is out of my scope. I just
Well, it must have been at least. It must have been 40 years ago, at least, since
I'm
I've been
definitely
there.
not 40. How old is he? How old would he be? I didn't think that through.
I don't know, like
He was 20 or
mid
something.
20s. Yeah.
Yeah, 20.
Left at like 20, 21, and then now it's like
Yeah.
25, 26.
How old are you?
I'm about 26.
Is that like full grown and human or whatever you are years or
Whatever I am. Hold
whatever
on.
you are? He says matter of factly.
Google.
She goes,
Google,
"From-
show me
from-
this guy's
from-
balls, please.
From my understanding, they mature at the same rate as humans, but live a little bit longer.
Oh, so you are the thing that she just said you are.
Yes, I am a fire genasi.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
I don't know much about it either. The Divine Federation has, ran them out of their homes many times over.
It's a bit of a struggle with that one.
A lot can happen in 40 years.
I just know that I have been with Nalu for about 5 years, and that's where I've been in this space. And he kind of just gestures with his arms.
So you're full grown?
I am full grown. I'm a full
Aw.
adult.
That's unfortunate. For you.
Why is that unfortunate?
'Cause you're small.
That was just rude. That was just rude.
No.
Not that small.
You have harder time reaching things. Well, that's why you're in that, right? To make yourself taller? Right?
Solus just avoids
Right?
looking at him.
Are you compensating in the armor?
Yeah!
I'm
Compensating! That's the word I was looking for, Mildred. Thank you.
Oh, anytime,
not
dear.
fully compensating for anything. It's just that, I just... Well, I am small, and it means that it's kind of harder to be in any type of... He's getting frustrated now. Any
Well,
type
I'm
of
glad that you're full grown.
combative space.
Pats the armor.
He kind of glares, but it can't be seen.
I too am full grown. I think.
I too am full grown.
We know, Mildred. We know.
She grins.
Jeez.
She grins. Shit-eating grin as she finishes her plate of food and moves on to her tart. Then, without saying a word, Wilfred comes over and begins cleaning up the area, her empty plate.
Solus is kind of poking at his food while trying to think of any other responses if he gets questioned any further.
So
He's
how
trying to
old do fire genasi get anyway?
How
like
old
in-
do I get?
How old do they get, typically?
Usually we age to about 120 years is
Oh,
kind of our maximum. Obviously, it's
that's not
if
very long.
it's whether or not you do the right things, and sometimes some can live longer than that, but most of the time it's 120.
Phew. You got a short life. I hope you're enjoying it.
How long do you live till?
Longer than that.
Shit, okay. Well, and I
Could
know
be.
a couple who have gotten to about 300 years old.
That's at least a better one, right? I don't know. We could live anywhere from 500 years to, 1,000 probably.
Holy shit.
Excuse me?
Mhm.
That's quite a long time. How and of that lifespan, how much have you spent alive?
Not very long.
Ah,
It's a long time to be on this planet.
We're not typically. Suddenly, he's quiet.
Not typically what?
On this planet?
Where are you from?
Do they really not teach you guys where? Okay, let me break this down for you. Fae, right? Fae.
Okay.
Where? Where do you think the Fae live?
Um,
Mildred, you're up. Where do the Fae live?
I've never heard of this term before.
What?
not
Ugh.
really.
What is a
Where-
fae? Aren't you a druid? Isn't that why your
No!
lower half's transformed?
Oh no! Everybody's.
I
Is that
never
why- Does everyone
experienced the
think I'm a
Fae.
half-baked? Does everyone think I'm a half-baked druid?
Yes.
Is that-
That's what I thought.
I just kind of thought you may have been cursed, or,
There's-
from a different land. I've never really been onto a different continent.
The southern continent's got a lot of eccentric folk. And you never know, crossbreeding between a minotaur and something else might produce something that looks like
He
you.
has a look of horror on his face. He is that horrified him. That concept. No, I'm my own thing. I'm a
Oh.
satyr, and I'm
A
fae.
satyr?
You know elves, right? Right? Everyone know
Yes.
elves? Elves come from a specific place, and it's called the Feywilds. And I'm from the Feywilds.
Well, Fred, take notes.
The Feywild.
Feywild.
Is that a different continent?
No.
Where is the Feywild? Sounds like it's some kind of type of forested area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have the Outlands in the southern continent. Is that near
Not
there?
the same thing. No. It's its own place. It doesn't exist here. It exists in between somewhere.
What does that mean? Not really
It makes-
making a lot of sense.
He's got his face in his hands. He's rubbing his
Now
eyes.
pressure's on Tev.
Yeah.
He's rubbing his
It's been
temples.
changed.
Just going in a circle.
Okay. All right. I don't think that where I've landed, anyone knows anything about where I'm from, and that's very weird. Okay. I came from a place that isn't this place.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
That
You've said
isn't-
that.
On this place, it's nowhere near this place. And I was dropped here from a different place. And that place, yes, it's called the Feywild. Yes, there are some trees there, but it's a lot more than that. Your place, this place, is kind of like mine, but it is weaker. There's less magic.
That's
And I am not a breed of anything mixed with a minotaur, for the record. A satyr. A satyr.
satyr.
Yes, that is what I am.
Mm.
I don't know how to spell in your language. Sure, I don't know.
When you say it's not our place, what do you mean? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. You're still kind of just saying the same thing.
I don't know how to explain it differently.
Well,
Well,
I
do.
you said place.
you know what a portal is?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Ever heard of a portal? I go through portal, and I can end up there.
Your family uses portals. Solus.
Oh
But-
shit.
That portal is controlled by a few, but mostly one very specific thing. Tree that I need to get through to get to, but I'm not allowed. So I can't go through the portal, so I'm stuck here.
And you're
Is
not
that why
a
you're
druid.
afraid of trees?
I'm not a druid.
You're afraid of trees?
He's got a weird thing with trees.
I didn't know that.
Ah! It's like holding his head in pain.
Is that why you're gone sometimes?
I'm
Kinda
gone
surrounded
sometimes
by
because
trees.
you annoy me sometimes.
What? This is
Don't
news
say
to
what.
me.
No, it's not. Don't act surprised.
She has a shit-eating grin on her face.
So you're saying a portal? Okay. Does this? Are you saying that it goes to a different realm? Is that what you're trying to say?
Sure.
So a different world is
Sure.
what you're trying to get at.
Yeah. Different place.
That's
Not from
okay.
this
Place
world.
and world are two
Same
different
thing.
words. No, not the same thing.
It sounds like the same thing to me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm using that word.
It's the same place.
No,
I mean, same thing. Place and word are the same thing.
And you went from this
You-
other realm to
Yep.
here.
Yeah.
To do what exactly?
He's slowly chewing his food.
Awfully quiet
to
now.
do what exactly?
new here. Points at Solus.
Well, you brought me here.
Well, yeah, because I thought you'd eat like a normal person.
I have been eating.
Well, not like a normal person, he says while his hand is in a jar of...
You're not eating like a normal person either.
I'm eating more normal than you.
How is that more normal than me?
I don't know, Mildred, what do you think?
It's kind of peculiar. Tev's been doing that since the day he's gotten here. Doesn't really eat too much of the regular food that I make, but loves the pickled things.
So you've got a weird pickle preference.
I thought it was another. I bottled it up to weird druid thing, but now that I know that that's not true, you're back to being weird.
Ugh.
Satyr,
All right,
huh?
Well,
What do satyrs eat?
we eat a lot of stuff, but we don't need to eat a lot of stuff. We just like it because it tastes good.
Don't need
You don't
to.
need to eat.
No, not really.
What do you
In
mean?
your realm or just in general?
In general, I think.
Do you not feel hunger?
I don't know what that feels like.
Oh.
You're not hungry at all.
Nah.
That's strange.
That is strange.
But I like the taste of pickled stuff.
Oh.
And wine is pretty good.
Oh,
And water. I like water. Not a lot of satyrs appreciate water. And I feel like he starts leaning back in his chair. I feel like, yeah, there's not like an obvious flavor when you drink the water, but if you just give the water a chance, and you try different waters, you'll realize they all have their unique flavors.
try different waters? What are you drinking?
You know, the water in a puddle on the ground is going to taste different than the water that runs off of the roof of a building.
You see Solus like mildly gag.
We can't see him do it. We can just hear him. Or you taste the water that comes from the ocean. That's really boom. That's got its own flavor. And then you drink the water from a river or a creek. There's a different flavor for each one. And each creek tastes different. Water is underappreciated as a drink.
Oh.
So I'm guessing you can't get a disease either.
Shrugs.
That's not a good sign.
I don't drink the puddle water or the roof water a lot. I just taste it to make sure that it's different.
Taste it.
Have you drank out of my rain catcher?
Side eyes.
Be honest. You're not in trouble. I just want to know.
Lies.
Okay, roll for
Definitely looks
deception.
like he.
He rolled. He rolled a 4.
He rolled a 16. She narrows her eyes and goes, "You did."
It definitely looks like he drank out of your rain catcher.
I tried it. I just tried it.
It's the tongue out meme.
Yeah, he is. He is embodying that.
All right. Well, I wouldn't
Very
personally wouldn't do
odd.
that for myself, but well, how did it taste?
It was fun.
It was all right.
It was okay.
Okay. Did it
depends
taste
on the
too
time of year,
minerally?
too. No, not really.
Okay. I'm trying to
might have
make sure
gotten
I
a
get
hint
the.
of moss, maybe.
That's good. That's what I'm going for. I want to keep the alkaline to a certain to a certain side of the scale so that when I feed the water to my plants, they grow a bit faster. If I don't,
Well, if you ever need me to taste your water, I'll be happy to help you.
you know, I'm pretty sure that begins to affect the contents of the water the more you do it.
If
So I
I-
hope you didn't do it too often.
What? I don't stick my face in it.
Well, of course not. I left a little bucket next to it. I'm sure you used that, but you then use that bucket to water my plants. Use the bucket, right?
No answer. I stuck my
Solus is
finger
just
in it.
staring. He's just staring like, how the fuck did I get into this situation?
And she goes, I'm still perplexed about that crystal. It
The crystal?
is warm.
Mm. Yes, it's...
Looks over at Solus for a second before looking. Should I tell her about what happened?
You've said enough at this point.
Okay. So, I show him this, right?
Uh-huh.
He touches it. Ah! It hurts him. I didn't expect it to hurt him, for the record. I didn't mean to do that on it. I was completely on accident. It hurts him. I touch it. I'm fine.
And I touched it. I know it's fine.
Huh.
Might have to.
Narrows eyes.
I wonder if it has to do with the Genasi lineage.
What are Genasi anyway?
They're like uh, fire people. Don't know their
You
origin.
could say that, yes. Mostly just a fire person. The basic way of saying it.
Is that rude of us to say?
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I have very little experience with the culture. In fact, this is my first time meeting one. I've only known about them in historical recounts.
And it's not like you can say you've seen one. Side eyes.
Solus is also side-eye. You can't see it. Yes, fire person is fine. It's not that bad. I've never really experienced the culture outside of my own space. When I
Which is
did,
where?
when I did live
Wow.
around other fire genasi, so most of the time we didn't really encounter a lot of other people. We're mostly just fire people is the best description for anyone who doesn't understand. We've got heat to us, and there's Cilandros and all that.
And you glow.
Yes, I glow, and
And do you all glow? Is that like a shared trait?
most of my family were glowing.
Most.
If not all of my family.
Okay, and when they glow, are they all the same color?
Depends on the house.
Eyebrow raise. How?
It's not the families. Okay, depends on what family you're from. There's
like
different.
dwarves, perhaps?
I only experienced another type that was blue, and that's about it. That's all that I remember.
Insight check.
No,
Are you deceiving?
he's saying the truth.
It's just an insight.
Well, then I think you're lying. Crossing arms. All right, I get it.
What was your roll?
Too many personal questions. 6.
Yeah. You think he's lying?
Yeah.
That's just how it was. That's just what we are. We just are fire people, and there's
Okay.
Houses.
Well-
Is it a kingdom?
Sweats and
Courts. know courts. Courts? Kingdom?
Cool. I know of a kingdom. Yes, I have heard of a Fire Genasi kingdom before.
All right, that's
Most
gonna be
Fire Genasis know about this.
it's gonna be a deception roll
Yep.
and an insight for both of them.
Yep.
Natural 20 from Mildred.
Oh, fuck.
I get an advantage. I get an advantage once a day, and I'm gonna roll it now.
Ah.
16.
That is a 12.
Mildred has another shit-eating grin, but doesn't say anything about it.
Dev also has a shitty grin.
What are we grinning about?
Interesting.
You're
nervous.
lying. You're lying to me right now.
What could I possibly be lying about?
You know, because you're important somehow. I know when I see someone who's so
Important? How would I
Important.
be?
Yeah, you're important. Look at you. Look at you. You're important. I can smell it on you.
Yeah, is it just a little bit hotter in here?
I think so. I think that the temperature's gone up a little bit, actually.
Yeah, he probably has been raising the temperature in this room. I don't know what you mean. I've just been doing what I've been doing, and there is no importance behind me. There is no importance.
One fire genasi who refuses to show his face. I saw it. Don't know why he showed me. But refuses to show his face in public. Is from some distant place with royalty? Important somehow.
I'm in the general area. Most fire genasis know about the lineages and all of the households because there's only so many places a fire genasi can be from.
I can smell importance on you, Solus.
Okay, that's misguided smelling.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
How would I prove you wrong?
I don't know. You could act like normal people who aren't that important do. And not hide your face at this current moment.
Sweats a little bit. Are you asking me to just take
I'm not
my
asking
helmet
you to do
off?
anything. No, I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just saying that would help prove some part of you not being that important. That's all.
I won't tell.
Would there be any what Because he just has to think, would there be any like signage around the area of like a poster or anything that would make him like
Oh, is anyone looking for him? And
yeah.
No.
Would there be a
I didn't-
poster?
You have no.
Okay.
Nope.
no, people wouldn't know. Yeah.
Then fine, he would take it off. Just to prove a goddamn point.
You're at least closer to one of us now.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, when he takes it off, there's definitely a lot more steam coming out because he's pissed
Yeah.
and stressed out and tweaking. So he's nervous, so he's been heating up that fucking joint. Twink!
Tev has a shit-eating grin on his face. Bigger
As
than
soon as
before.
the mask comes off, you see just like an absolute scowl coming from Solus. He is mad.
Wow. Mildred goes, look at you.
He kind of looks over at
You're a lot
Mildred a little
handsomer
bit
behind
softer.
the armor.
Oh, he turns more reddish
Handsome
hue.
young man. Please, here, take one of these. And she goes and reaches under her side of the table. Not quite sure where she's reaching into, but then she pulls out this little automaton that she presses on the back of it, and it starts to pulse a little bit. It pulses once, and then it starts moving forward on the table, and it's a little monkey that has little clapping
cute.
hands walking towards you.
Oh, I love that.
Please take this.
Oh, thank you.
Is it just
That's
every
sweet.
handsome young man you find you give stuff to, Mildred? Is this just a pattern for you?
You see him kind of like put it in his like the
Mildred's
neck
quiet.
portion of the.
I'm on to you. Do I even look like your husband? Or was that just a lie you told?
No, I was truthful about that. I meant it.
Phyllis like creaks his head over at Dev, like, what the fuck?
Alright. He's gonna do an inside check on her.
Go for it.
An 8.
You think she's lying, but she's telling the truth.
Every young man, huh? Just give. Oh, well, you didn't even have to ask, Solus. See, she gave you something. What did I tell you?
That's true.
What can I say?
Well, thank you.
I'm so giving. I know.
Never rolled his eyes. Yeah, until you piss her off.
Yeah.
Alright, this food was delicious.
It's a very good
I'm glad
food.
you enjoyed your pickled radishes. At least I'll have some leftovers for later. And Wilfred goes and begins cleaning up dinner from the table, and she goes, "Well, what's next for you two?"
That's a great question.
Well, he just said that I could stay at his place, so I think I'm gonna go there now.
Huh?
Oh,
Guy
that's
looks over
lovely.
confused.
What? You said
Yay.
don't sleep in an alleyway, so I'm sleeping at your place, right?
I guess you are. That's awesome. Okay. Sure.
And anyone who looks outside, it's quite dark by now. The only illumination from the lamps set outside, the lamp posts, both in the front of her house, towards the beginning of the walkway, and in the back, which you don't really see what's back there, but you see a series of lights illuminating the backyard. And what ends up happening next is there's a doo-doo-doo at the front door, and she goes,
So,
"Oh, are you expecting another friend?"
No.
no.
Wilfred,
Phyllis immediately puts his helmet
grab-
back on.
grab
Tev
at
stands
the
up.
door, Wilfred. He goes. He goes, and the little robot at the top scans and goes, "Guest has arrived." And Wilfred goes, how may I help you? And go ahead and both of you make perception checks.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Not a fan of
Oh.
this one. Hey.
12.
Dice is... Where the fuck? There it is. That is a 17.
Okay. Both of you here. Order for Mildred. Order for Mildred. A familiar voice. Tev spots it as the voice he heard earlier in the day when he went to go deliver schmuckums, and Solace, so the anxiety is immediately calmed, knowing, oh, that's just Nalu.
He immediately decompresses. Yeah, he calms down.
Yes.
Now that that's who's at the door, Tev also relaxes.
He's panting. He's order for Mildred. I brought back schmuckums, and hands the cat to Wilfred and goes, Is the armored one around? And Wilfred goes, the fake automaton is eating dinner in the kitchen would you like to be escorted? And he goes, yeah, yes, please. And he takes off his shoes as he enters the house. And they look to be like loafers, like black loafers, and he slips them off. He goes, thank you. And both of you see walking through the living room to get to the kitchen is Nalu.
And Solus immediately waves. Very happy with this discovery. Very pleased.
And Mildred goes, oh, Nalu, I wasn't expecting
it's the
you.
really muscly, ripped guy.
That's my mentor. Be nice.
I'm being very nice. I can be nicer if you want.
You know what I mean.
I do not know what you mean.
She goes, Nalu,
Decorum.
I hope the repair wasn't too encumbersome. It was really unfortunate watching Schmookums throw himself off the top of my house. There's a lot of fine, intricate parts. But please have a seat. We're just about to clean up dinner, but if you want to. And he goes, oh, no, please. I'll stand. Here, I'll take this. And he goes and grabs one of the tarts on the table and goes, thank you. I'm just here to deliver the schmookums. Oh, okay. That's really you're gonna walk back at this hour? And he looks shaken. He goes, yeah, yes, I will.
I do a perception
Go ahead.
Or an insight, maybe.
Insight.
or insight. Because I would assume he's not usually like that.
No.
And Solus kind of knows him well. Enough. That's an insight.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 18.
You see that he's very visibly nervous and is darting his eyes towards you, like he's trying to find an opening to get you aside to talk to you. And Mildred's yapping at him, and just like, oh, they were telling me all about these stories, and I look at this little and he's going,
Solus kind of gets up slowly. Is everything all right?
and he goes,
He's just trying to cut off Mildred lightly.
actually, I have a very important thing you forgot outside.
Oh, okay.
Please, I left it at the front door. If we could.
Yeah, of course. That's fine with me.
My apologies. If you don't mind, I'm going to be borrowing my apprentice for a moment.
But duty calls. He wanders out past Tev.
And you guys go out to the front door.
He's waiting for you guys to exit outside before he's going to try to quietly go over to the door to eavesdrop.
Great. And
So real for that.
and the door closes, and you guys are out in the front of Mildred's house, illuminated once again by one of those lamp posts. And on the inside, Mildred goes, well, Fred, you know what to do. And he goes, yes, ma'am. And he disappears. He runs off and disappears. And you make your way towards the front door to eavesdrop.
Yeah, I want to be stealthy though.
Okay, roll a sneak and then roll your perception, and then
Oh boy. Okay, that's not bad. 16 and then perception.
yeah, or investigation, whichever one's higher.
Whatever's got the best roll, yeah.
Investigation is higher. That's a 16. For both. I
Okay,
think.
you pass. That was a DC of 12, and you're gonna have to beat their sneak. So once the door closes, Nalu gets a little quieter and goes, "Okay, now let's roll for sneaking. This is a group sneak.
Stealth.
Yeah, stealth.
Group sneak, group stealth.
Yeah.
I have a disadvantage on that.
He has
I
a
don't
plus
think you
3 to
would.
sneak.
Well, I don't think you would
Like-
have a disadvantage on speaking.
Oh yeah, not
Just
yeah.
like
Walking
walking.
around is bad. Yeah.
You can be
Yeah.
quiet, like you can whisper.
you could be
stuff.
quiet.
Oh, you got a 4.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So sorry.
So He rolled an 11.
Okay.
So whatever
wouldn't matter
we're
either
saying is
way.
now being heard by Tev and Wilfred. You don't know where
Fair.
Wilfred is hearing it from. And he goes, "Huh. It's bad. It's bad.
What's bad?
They're here. They're looking for you. I recognized the emblem. Not the
You're
Federation.
joking, right?
No. They were walked through the entire shopping district, clearly intent on searching something. I think they're taking up residence in one of the buildings. Spit actually told me that there was a
Dirty little rat.
Encounter.
He's giving me information. That bastard.
There was an encounter with something that caused large rumbles, and he could only report that, like, from a friend of a friend, that there was a lot of magic involved, and then they suddenly showed up. I closed up shop immediately to come here.
Oh no.
I
This can't be happening. It's been 5 years.
and they finally caught up. Apparently, I don't know how they're doing it. I will investigate
Do you
further.
think they
but
have a lead? Do you think they know anything? That I've at least got this armor. I'm pretty hidden. I have only shown my face
the only way they
to
would
you,
know.
and
The only way they would know is if they managed to break into my shop, but it's quite fortified. Maybe they're just
everything-
they're looking around. They're looking around for you in your human form. I think you're discreet with the armor on, but the glow and the markings clearly give it away. I don't know if it's safe to still be in the Cloud Spire.
I don't know what to go. I don't know where to go after this.
I don't know either.
There's not a lot of places left
Look,
now.
look. You could stay here with Mildred, and I'll pack your things. You figure it out from them. I think I might need to stay at the shop if it looks
No,
like
you need to stay at the shop. It's going to look too
it's
suspicious.
going to look way too suspicious.
They'll know immediately. Especially, you'll probably be one of the first ones they question.
But-
You're one of the ones that go around that area.
And look, one of Spit's friends is really quick at delivering messages. But if I can't travel if I can't, I'll have something prepared when I come back. I needed to warn you first.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. I'm sorry that I brought you into this situation.
It's
I didn't intend for them to arrive. This
I put myself in this position. It's okay.
the
was
one
going
thing
to-
that you need to get out of that place is definitely that duffel bag.
Yes.
You know which one.
Yeah.
It's going to have everything that
Yeah.
they would find as immediate evidence.
Yeah, at the false bottom of the chest in front of
Yes.
your bed. Yeah. I'll grab that.
That
Anything else?
needs to get out of there fast. I have pretty much everything else that could lead towards me in that bag.
Okay, and
Everything
if I
else
find
is pretty easy.
if I find anything else about them, I'll let you know. I have been
Thank you.
I have been working on a device that allows me to communicate with Ilara, and I think I'm gonna have to manufacture another one to give to you, and I will send you whatever information I find.
It's very valuable. It's very valuable.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too. It's
But look, this is a good
It's not
position to be
forever.
in. It's not forever. This is a good position to be in. You have mastered the craft and have much more training to do. I think it's time I finally upgrade you from apprentice to your own journeyman.
really.
I think so. But this is official.
I don't know what to say. Really, that's an honor.
And
A lot of
I know.
confusing emotions with this one.
and it will take quite a bit of time to get to where your father is in terms of the craft, but I believe in you, and you'll be able to make use of the resources around you, as long as you get away from them and keep away from them. I don't know how they ended up in the Cloud Spire. I didn't even know which direction they came from. Spit's crew didn't spot them coming in, so I assumed through magical means. Maybe it was through one of the portals they tend to
It's
conjure.
a travel hub as well.
Yeah.
Could have easily just taken it commercially, but knowing them, they've
We have 2 kids posted on the outside of the Skydock, so
don't know either.
we'll go and grab your things, and
Hmm.
you'll get through this.
Thank you
And then
again.
he goes and puts his large hand on your shoulder, and whereas most physical contact you like can't really tell through the armor, this one he grasps and goes, we'll be able to see each other again, I promise.
Make sure of it. They can't be here forever. It's
Okay.
not their home.
Let's not raise any suspicion. I think it's time. Here's your item, and he goes and reaches into his bag and hands you a little cube. Here it is. All right. See you back at the shop. And
I'll see you back
and
at the shop.
goes and scurries off.
Solus would probably... Is there any, like, benches or seats around in the front area?
There is a bench out in the front area. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably just pop down onto it.
And then the wood kind of bends a little bit from your armor.
Mm-hmm. He'd just kind of sit there and set his head in his hands and try to think. Now stuck in his thoughts and not really knowing how to approach any of all, like, all the information in his little brain.
While he's sitting there and taking next steps, Tev's gonna wait a little bit, like a minute. He's gonna sit there and wait. Then he's gonna open the door, look for Solus, who's just slumped, I assume, just like hitting that pondering pose.
Yeah, he's hitting the Shinji almost.
Oh no! Tev's gonna be like, "Hey, so
Immediately perk up. Hi. Didn't expect you there. Yeah, at the doorway. Damn it.
What do you mean? I was gonna come out eventually.
Yes. Sorry.
You okay?
Hi. I got the item right here. Looks like this. It's a cube. Yeah.
So we're not going back, are we? You're not going back, that's for sure.
How much did you hear?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
What's a little bit of this and what's a little bit of that?
A little bit of they're going to look for you, and a little bit of you can't come back.
He sighs as he looks away.
You are important. You're very important. You're on the run, he says loudly.
Don't say it that loud.
Nobody's around.
That's not true.
Oh, Mildred heard everything too. That woman hears everything. Why do you think I leave? I don't want to be heard all the time. Listened to all the time.
Yes, I'm a little bit on the run. Just
a little bit?
A tad on the run.
What'd you do? Kill somebody?
No, I've never killed anyone.
Well, what'd you do that was so bad? You're running away.
Basically, to sum it all up,
oh boy.
I was one of the children of royalty.
Alright, that sounds about right.
And I was one of the Solarian children.
Okay,
the
don't know them, but
youngest in line, and I had a couple of expectations to follow.
And you didn't fulfill them. You failed.
They're looking for a princess.
But you didn't kill anybody, so you didn't kill the princess. He's stroking his beard.
His eyes twitching. I was the princess.
Huh?
Oh my god. Oh my god. You can come from a different world, but you don't understand this.
I'm just not following.
I
The
used to be
princess.
the princess.
Okay.
No longer didn't want to be a princess.
Okay. I
Would
don't
have
think
preferred to be a prince. Was expected to marry and
Oh, okay.
produce further kin for the household.
Okay.
Got scared, ran.
Okay.
Ever since, they've been looking for a princess.
Blinks.
Is this connecting at all?
Sits next to you. Okay, so let me get this straight.
Oh my god.
This is news to me. You're gonna have to be patient with me.
Okay. Yep.
So
Say your side.
you are. Nope, I'm not getting it.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm not. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get it. Let me think about it for a little while.
Cilandros, be with me. You take your time.
Girl equal boy. Boy. Girl. Girl run away, become boy?
Sort of.
No what children. No children.
Not particularly.
Strokes his beard. Okay. So
I.
Okay, for your species, right? Female, male mean one give birth, one do not give birth, right? And then I don't know. It works differently where I'm from. Okay. Okay, girl give birth. Girl.
Carry the one.
Girl, wait. So, different parts, right? Okay.
What is there to about?
I'm just carrying the one. Okay, that makes some sense, I think.
What's not making sense?
I don't know.
Now?
No, it's not. I've never seen that before.
Seen what?
Someone who's like, bored girl, become boy.
I don't know either. I haven't experienced it other than myself as well.
Seems a little. I don't know. The roles are different where I'm from.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's not about parts. It's about what you are to begin with. Like, okay, so me satyr, right? Me satyr. We. I don't know the word is. Our mates, right? Are usually of a different species. Like the dryads or the nymphs.
Okay.
We don't really play a part in like the raising of anything.
In our species, as you say, most species on this planet have both a female or
I've
male
gathered
counterpart,
Right.
as well as possibly asexual reproduction.
And some can crossbreed. Like
Mhm.
elves will have children with all kinds. What is
Elves get around a lot.
that?
I don't know.
I'm-
They just kind of go around.
They tend to stay in their own where I'm from. They don't do all that.
Well, most like high elves in this area are kind of, similar. They tend to keep it between just
right,
high
no
elves.
crossbreeding.
No, they usually look down on that kind of stuff.
That
It's-
makes more sense. I've never seen elves mess around with anybody else, so that makes sense to me. Adds up. And I
Higher
understand.
genasis are pretty similar given our situation. Not many of us in that area, and it's a very noble household.
I've gathered that.
My
So,
father was
if
also
I-
known as a supreme leader.
So you're really important.
Just a bit.
And now you can't go back to the city.
Probably not a good idea.
And you said to me that you could help me look for the other pieces.
I might be a tool for that, yes.
We could go wander around somewhere. And look.
Wander around where?
Does Tev know where the next piece is, Kai?
Tev knows he needs to talk to the ants to get to the next piece.
I might have a way to look for the next piece. I might have a way. I don't know where it is yet, but I can find out.
Well, as long as it's not in the Cloud Spire, and as long as it's not where I'm from, it's not a
think
bad
I'm
idea.
Of those places, I think.
I think.
I don't know. I'm not the one who knows anything. I'm just doing what I'm told.
It's not like I can go back.
And we can't leave until you get your stuff, I assume?
Yes, I cannot leave without my stuff.
How long do you think Nala will take?
Mm.
The big buff guy.
Give or take, he's going to completely breeze over the comment. Give or take, judging by how long we took, and he's in a bit of a rush. Half
Sure
the
is.
time we took. But closer to about the same if it was one direction.
Okay. How tired are you?
Bit tired.
Okay.
Been a bit of a long day, and that was also quite the lot of information to take in.
I can imagine. 5 years in your lifespan. It's a good amount.
A lot has changed since then, and it was 5 years of basically peace.
Yeah, well, peace will find you if you do nothing.
It's not like I wasn't doing nothing. I was, honing my craft.
Right.
I made this. He,
I
holds his
know
arms
you
up.
made that. You made the thing in which you hide from the world. I get it.
Well, you don't have to say it like that. It's not fully hiding. It's got a stupid sigil on it that basically says, "Look at me, I'm the little fire genasi that's not supposed to be around here."
That's definitely not what it's giving. It's giving robot. It's giving automaton walking around scary. That so happens to have the sun on it. And then if someone knows what they're looking at, which let's face it, most people don't, I didn't, then they're gonna probably see an automaton. You're fine.
That's good at least.
And the cat comes out to the front. The Schmuckums, is the once very stiff cat that Tev held, is now fully operational and is now attempting
Animated.
to curl around here and very, very animated, very fluid. And through a through a small hum, it goes "Meow," as it
Hmm.
wraps around your leg.
So did you help
Hmm.
build that one, or?
Did he?
Yes.
I did. It's very nice to see it in full action.
Your contribution to it turned it from a very stiff moving cat to very fluid joints, lubed up in all the right spots for the joints.
Right. I hate
Well-
that thing.
You hate that thing.
I hate it
Why?
because it's not right.
What's not right about it? It's pretty much perfect. I made sure that everything moved right.
Yeah, but it's still not a cat, you know?
Well, it's not a
It'll-
cat, but
It'll never be a cat. It wants to be a cat so badly, but it never will.
don't think it's supposed to be a cat. Meant to be what it is, an automaton cat.
Mm-mm. I don't like thems. Don't like thems at all.
And you hear an occasional sound of Mildred's cane hitting the wood as her footsteps get a little bit closer to the front door. And
I'll go help the old
he's
lady
going,
out. He goes
Schmuckums!
to
Where'd
the
you
door.
go, Schmuckums?
Oh, he grabs Schmookums for sure.
And then gets to the front door and goes, oh, that's where you went. That's where you ran off to. Well, look, I hate to call it an end to the night, but this old woman and her crickety bones has to call it a night.
Well,
You
all right.
can...
Wait, hold on,
Oh.
old lady. We're staying here. for
Old
the night.
lady? Who are you calling old? Only
I-
I get to call myself that.
Okay.
in all of
well,
my wisdom.
Apologies. Right,
That
all of
is
your wisdom.
very fair.
Yes. Oh, look at the good little Shabokas.
I
And
think,
she goes
okay,
up
if
to
we
the
stay
cat
the
that you're
night-
holding. And she goes, oh, and smacks you on the chest. It goes, I already said you could be in the guest room any time of day or night that you wish, and you're still asking me for permission?
I'm just checking.
Your friend is welcome to stay with you in the guest room, too.
Okay, cool. Thank you. You heard everything, didn't you?
If you...
All those kind of nods.
Not all of it.
Huh.
Hmm?
Okay.
Well, Fred will debrief the rest later. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now. If you
Don't
fancy
tell anyone.
Well, your lips are sealed, whatever the information might be.
Do you promise?
I promise. This woman's got a lot
Alright.
of secrets.
I'm sure you do. You freaky old woman.
Make it a perception check for me, both of you.
Yep.
DC 18.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh
Oh,
god.
Fuck me.
Oh, I fucking fail. That's a 10. I hope you do better than I did.
That's a natural 20.
You see as she turns, to go and head to bed. Her ears are slightly pointed.
Hmm. Tea.
All right,
Well,
good night.
good
If you fancy
night,
yourself a
Mildred.
midnight snack, feel free to raid the area. And if you want a place that isn't the guest room, because let's be real, your impressive suit takes up quite a bit of space, you can leave it in the workshop. The workshop gets locked up from the outside, so it's only accessible inside, and it's only one room away from the guest room, because I assume you really want to make sure that it's safe. But I promise you, my treasures are also stored away in the workshop, so that's right. That's right through that door. And she points towards the back of the kitchen to a slightly larger door. That's got no like window or anything. It's just a wooden door. She goes right through that door.
Okay, I think I can do that.
Anything else you need from me?
No, we're good.
No,
thanks.
thank you.
Well, Fred, ready the bath. Okay, I'm gonna go and enjoy myself a warm steaming bath now.
Goodbye.
Good night. She uses her cane, walks away, walks up the stairs. Actually, Wilfred, you don't know where Wilfred is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's just cruising around being suspicious.
Being
Yeah.
a freak is what he's being.
Freaking the walls.
Well, you could call it. We could both call it
Call what?
the night.
I still have to wait for Nalu.
Okay, you want to wait out here?
I suppose. I don't know. Don't really know what's the best option here.
I could have a conversation with somebody I really don't want to have a conversation with.
Is it that tree you're afraid of?
Is the tree.
So, is it every single tree, or is it
No.
a specific tree?
Both. Both.
Both?
It's a specific tree that can use every other tree.
To talk to you.
Yes.
And so, every single tree is a possibility for an interaction with this tree.
Yeah.
And it only happens when you interact with trees?
God, is that true?
Yes.
I think so.
That makes sense, I guess, for why you were so odd down the path.
So okay. I'm starting to understand how people are perceiving me. You thought I was crazy.
Can you blame me?
A little,
Why?
because I don't know how you people live. I don't
Here,
know.
from my perspective, you were
Right.
simply walking down the path. In the middle of the path,
Okay.
which socially is a little odd, given that most of the time people will they'll follow usually the rules of an automatic vehicle or a carriage coming down. Then, on top of that, you also were dodging every single route and bowing away from trees that were very far away from you.
Okay. What if I was just scared of like something flying
Then-
out?
We get to that question of why, what this, what that. I asked you multiple times why you were afraid of the trees, and you refused to answer me. I think that kind of explains why I might have thought you were a little crazy.
Okay, I think I'd rather. Maybe I'd rather be seen as crazy than have to explain this mess. You know,
That's
like, you
not
would-
that hard to explain now that I understand that you're from a different realm and all of that. Maybe then talking to
Oh.
trees is a little bit more explainable.
Well, you know, it gets tiring when you have to explain what you are every time.
Don't I know it?
And both of you make a perception
Right.
check for me.
Perception.
Ugh,
DC 13. Oh,
Oh, 17.
Let's go.
both of you hear rustling from the bushes,
Oh,
but towards the entrance of the path.
Solus is gonna get a bit defensive.
Tev is hiding behind Soul.
Oh my god. Of course.
And out from the bushes is this small child holding a duffel bag that's bigger than his body, and is running up
Is
the
it
hill.
spit?
No.
Ugh.
And he's
Is
like,
it one of
he's-
its kids? Would I
Yes,
recognize
You
it?
recognize this one.
Oh, which one? What is his name?
It doesn't go by his name. Instead, they've come up with like this little
What
My
is his
code
little
name?
code name?
hilt.
Kilt?
Hilt with an H.
Hilt.
And he's like holding his little hat, like white construction hat on his head. He's in the other arm has the duffel bag in hand and starts running up the path. Stops right in front of Solus and looks up and goes, "Wow, you're bigger up close."
Hello
Hilt!
there.
Oh, he like looks over to the side of the armor to like check you out. Oh, it's the furry man. What are you doing here?
When I'm gonna need you to answer some questions, but go ahead and give the nice man his bag.
Okay. Oh, here you go. I got paid quite a bit to deliver this as fast as I could. And holds up the duffel
Where's
bag
Nolu?
with all the things in it.
As he takes it.
He said he had some things to take care of and sent me. He said that he would be sending me. And that I should be expected.
Okay, that's fair. That's
said-
fine.
He said to say that inside you'll find everything you need and more.
More.
Hilt.
Yes, very bad.
When did you boys get into the business of selling secrets, and have you sold mine?
Oh, no, not yet. I probably won't. And he takes a step back. I probably won't.
Yet.
Probably won't. What secret is there to have for a druid, huh?
Hell spit that if he says a word, I'm turning him into a potted plant.
Oh God. He said that's why he didn't want to come. He said these exact words. If Tev knows, I'm gonna get turned into a potted plant. And he was right.
Well,
he was right.
good. I'm glad that he was.
Don't turn me into
Smart
a
enough
potted
to remember
plant,
that.
please. Don't. And he's got his hands in a praying figure, clasping it together. He goes, oh, please don't put me in a potted plant.
I hope you don't. I hope you. Ugh, he's pointing his little finger at him. Get out of here!
Wait, but I'll keep your secret even more if you
Get!
He just takes off.
I'll turn you into a potted plant too!
He screams. He starts running down the path as fast as he can. And it takes off. You could tell that Nalu's bag was holding back this kid. Zoom.
Those rotten,
He's holding his
good
helmet.
for
His helmet on
nothing
his head.
Human kids.
Strange bunch you've gotten yourself attached to.
I don't know what you mean.
You just hold that kid off.
Well, yeah, because his bunch is a bunch of good for nothing rotten human children.
Mm-hmm.
They have no alliances. I don't trust them. When, quite frankly, they deserve better. And that city is kind of unfair to little kids like that.
Hmm.
That
And,
being
um,
said,
Solus would
they
know that
still-
too, seeing the amount of homeless kids there are on the street.
Yeah,
It's quite a bit.
that is fair.
Especially
It's not their
particularly
fault they're
orphans.
awful. But they're awful nonetheless.
They've got to do what they gotta do.
Yeah, well, they better not say anything. That's all I'm asking.
That's
Or you.
fair.
But mostly me.
Hmm?
Well,
Yeah,
you must be paying them good. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sure he is.
Nalu is paying them good.
Okay, well, you got the bag.
Yeah, I do have the bag, yes.
He starts like
Yes.
pulling on his hair. Okay, I guess I should probably have that conversation now.
You could save it for the morning if you need to. He's like kind of nervous, like,
No, I should probably just get it over with. Okay, wish
okay.
me luck. Like, kind of creeps over to the forest trees.
Solus is just kind of watching, like, what the fuck?
Go ahead.
No, he's not gonna do it in front of Solus. He's gonna try to
Oh.
go deeper into the trees. He doesn't want him to see.
Fair.
So he's gonna try to creep into the trees without making contact with enough where he's out of like earshot.
That's gotta look fucking ridiculous.
It is gonna look fucking ridiculous. You're right.
He's playing
You like
Twister with
you do
trees.
the move. You do the move where you branch off from the path like a dude trying to go piss in the bushes.
Yes, exactly. Precisely.
Kind of awkward. And just like, oh god.
Should I roll for acrobatics or some shit? Roll
Yeah.
for.
Dexterity? Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Nat 20, baby.
With masterful precision and your dark vision, it's kind of weird. The low stimuli in the darkness, kind of like
That's more familiar.
way more familiar. You're navigating it far easier than you did in broad daylight. Especially some parts of the forest where you were pacing when you first got there. You're pacing around the forest before you went
Yep.
no contact with the end.
Yep. Uh-huh.
You recognize this trail.
Perfect. I'm gonna go to the last place I spoke to this freak.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go up to the tree and I'm gonna gingerly use my hoof to touch a root.
And the moment you do, your head gets heavy. But whereas the Ent would have immediately said something, there is no speaking happening. But you feel the weight on your head, like there is a connection there. What do you do?
All right, I know you're there. Where do I need to go next? And he's kind of like shying away.
And there's a moment of silence when you hear a low rumbling going, You are back. You wish
Hey,
to go to the next point?
I would like to know where the next piece is.
But first, why have you been ignoring me?
I just got lost. Did I roll perception?
It seems like that went
This
really
one kind of
well.
rumbles your head, just
I got a 6. on
discontent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have this thing roll insight. That's a 28.
deception. Oh.
I do not particularly like your lies.
Okay, well, you threw me here to begin with. I needed time to orient myself before being sent on my quest.
Why not speak about it?
The last time I spoke to you, I begged you to go back. And when I asked for you to send me back, you said, not until you bring back all the shards. And so, what do? I say, well, off with you then. I will just go do what I do best. But just to get into trouble.
You went no contact on me because I reminded you of your task. Another rumble.
I didn't want the task to begin with.
You say that, but you came running to me.
In a moment of weakness and vulnerability.
None came to me nonetheless.
And that's why I didn't want to speak to you again.
Well, are you ready to continue with your quest?
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. It's not as if I have a choice.
The sooner you get it done, the sooner I will send you back to the court.
Yeah, alright.
Wherever you wish to go.
Okay, where do I go next? Just give me what I need. I want to talk to
Are
you
you
for
ready
whatever
for
happens.
transport?
What? No.
Yes, this next location is
Wait,
about
wait.
2
Wait.
miles away
Wait.
from the next shard.
And
You will
please.
be placed near
Please.
the
Oh,
northern
no.
cliff
Okay,
of
wait,
the
just
southern
wait.
continent.
He's running off.
Oh, no.
He starts running.
And
Running off.
your head goes back to normal.
Okay. he kind of shuffles his way out of the trees again, trying to avoid touching one. Kind of scrambles back over to Solus. Okay.
He's been kind of standing at the outside because he didn't really know where the guest bedroom was, so he didn't want to try and figure that out by himself.
Oh my lord. Okay. Well, Tev comes scrambling back. Okay. We're gonna go to bed. We're gonna go to bed, and then we're gonna be up tomorrow, and then we're gonna get beamed up to the next spot.
The beamed
Sent. Portal.
sent.
Beat me up,
Yeah.
Scott. Beat me up, Scotty.
All right, that works for me. I guess there's nothing else we can really do. I suppose we will beam tomorrow morning.
Excellent. Oh, this way. Sorry. Opens
Solus kind of awkwardly follows.
leads him to the guest room.
Yeah, which is the immediate door on the no, not on the left. Actually, it's through the kitchen. So there's the in one direction, the eastern facing direction is the door to the workshop, and then northern door past the kitchen is the guest bedroom.
I'll probably want the workshop for my armor.
You could have the guest room. I can go sleep in a corner somewhere.
But you don't need to just sleep in a corner. Is it really that small?
No, it's quite big.
What do you mean?
What
No,
do
don't
you
you
mean? What do I
Vince?
mean?
Or whatever you are. What was it? Fire thing. You can have your privacy like you so desire. And he's gonna, like, kind of usher you into the room.
It's not like I'm gonna sleep in this armor.
The room is big enough to hold the armor, right? God, or no?
It would take up a substantial chunk of the corner of the room, yes.
Oh, I can go sleep out in the kitchen.
You don't need to sleep out in the kitchen if you don't want to. I can just put the armor in the workshop. You've already seen my face.
Alright.
That's really the biggest reason why I've been so...
Okay, well, if you've already... I already know all your secrets anyway, so...
This is very true.
I don't know why you're trusting me. I could have sold you out, like, already, you know?
You don't need to say it like that.
I'm not gonna do that, I'm just saying. It's kind of a rookie move, no?
I guess it was just circumstance. Honestly, I haven't really had many interactions that involved dragging me along to the cloud port and then dragging me to their random roommate's sort of home for dinner.
Right. Could have been anybody.
Alright, well, I'll drop my armor off and then...
Okay, alright. I will find somewhere to sleep in this corner.
You don't need to sleep in the corner.
So when you get out of the armor, is it kind of just like hunched over from the area you popped out from? Like it's all
Yeah,
still
so
sealed
usually
and you
the-
just like
The
are
way that it
extracted
would get out, yeah, is from like he'd take the helmet off and they just crawl out the top, and then it usually would go into a default like knelt down position.
Cool. It's gonna
'Cause
be
then the-
Five Nights at
both the
Freddy's for anyone
arms-
that walks in there at night.
Yeah, the arms would kind of naturally they'd disengage first, as well as the legs, like going into the kneeling position, and then the hands would probably just go into a limp position next to him,
You have dark vision.
and then it would. Me?
Yeah.
I need a pee real quick.
Be able to check on the left side in your D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I don't think so. It doesn't look like he does.
Okay, then roll a
I need to look at
perception
arrows.
check with roll a perception check with a disadvantage as you enter the workshop.
Okay. I'm looking at arrows for fucking an example of where dark vision would be.
DC 11.
With disadvantage, you said?
Yeah.
I'm back. I pissed.
Welcome back.
15. I rolled it twice.
Well, the 15, you see through there's some light peeking in from the kitchen area, and from what you can gather that this workshop is another room that's quite large with a plywood table in the middle that goes out to nearly the end of the
Oh,
workshop.
he does have dark vision.
Okay.
He's fine.
Then you just see this as you walk in. There
Yeah.
are like automaton pieces scattered all over, just a bunch of different knickknacks and things like projects that are half complete or 3/4 complete. You recognize a lot of the makes and models of these pieces, a lot of it being commissioned from you and Nalu, just to build various constructs and automatons all around. And you can tell that they're not really collecting dust as they're frequently used. As you get out of your armor and head back to the guest bedroom. Where is Tev located in the guest bedroom?
Oh, he's found one nice little corner. That he's, there's like a spare blanket. He's used his own coat to like make a little pillow. He's got his little blankie that doesn't quite cover his whole body.
God.
He's
He kind of
curled
just
up.
steps in. He's
in the
much
corner.
smaller. Yeah, he's really small in comparison now.
Yeah, but which I assume he like kind of illuminates the room a little bit too.
Yeah, he has a bit of a glow to him.
Bit of a dim light.
He illuminates on his way in.
Which Tev was like kind of curled up, and then he opened his eye, and then he opened both of his eyes, blink, and then closed his eyes real quick.
Mm. You don't have to sleep on the floor.
No, I love the floor. The floor is great.
Okay, that's fair.
Is that the truth or is this a deception?
Um.
Either way, roll insight.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think. I think it's a deception. I think.
Okay, roll.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, you see through me. But I rolled really high.
You are
Clocked it.
lying.
What? Oh, the floor is so comfortable. I love.
We can
the
just
floor.
share the bed.
Okay.
You just take one side and I'll take the other.
All right. I warn you though. I kind of roll around sometimes.
I think I can handle that.
All right.
They'll shuffle their way into bed then.
Do so. And this is a very sturdy built bed. Like all of the crafts and make of furniture and automatons and other constructs in the house are very well constructed. Mildred takes a lot of pride in the quality of
Her stuff.
her stuff and her accessories and the furniture.
All right. How big's the bed?
King sized.
Oh damn, that's a big ass bed. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
They got
lots of
room.
room.
Yeah.
With a bunch of decorative pillows on top of it, each with different like old grandma isms. Like we got a
Yeah.
rest well,
Oh my god.
take your vitamin C on another pillow.
That's cute.
That's funny. Okay, well, how do they know what vitamins are? Anyway, it's take your mugwort.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget to turn off the light.
Yeah.
Stuff
An
the
apple
fire.
a day keeps the mage away.
Exactly. Keeps the
Okay.
clerics away.
And then, yeah, he's gonna take his little blankie that doesn't quite cover his body over, plop on his side of the bed, and kind of curl up in a ball.
Oh.
As he can.
Oh.
Solus will kind of kick his boots off and the gloves and then the apron as well. Just getting all the more heavier stuff off and then crawling in.
There's a bedside table to place things to, with a single runic lantern above, kind of illuminating the space.
Something to note.
But it's off.
He does not take off any of his clothes except for the coat.
Mild freak, but that's fair.
So vest, tie, and undershirt still on in bed.
They are still on. Yes, they are still on.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
We keep the vest on.
It's so funny.
He
The
keeps it
vest
on.
stays on.
Hilarious. And he closed his eyes. Then he opened his eyes. Then he closed his eyes. Open eyeball, look over at you, close his eyes.
He's just kind of Solus probably has his back to him, just kind of not fully curled up, but just kind of cozy under the blankets, just trying to go to sleep.
Yep.
They're both tweaking.
Yep, both mildly tweaking.
And that's where we're gonna end today's session.
Yeah.
It's a good end point.
It is. It is. Ah.
We're so
my God.
back, baby.
We're so back.
We're so,
so
back. Oh, beautiful.
Favorite parts.
Favorite parts, everybody.
Parts.
How do we put the favorite parts on? Also, music no play anymore.
What the fuck? I'm attached to the Spotify still.
Yeah. Like, listen a lot.
Oh, I don't know what happened to mine. I disconnected.
I
didn't know what the vibes were this whole time.
Yeah, there's
The
music playing.
vibes.
Why isn't it playing on mine? This is so evil. This is so.
Maybe restart your Spotify.
Spotify? Yeah.
Play on Spotify. One second. Just 1 second. Give me a second.
Holding.
Hold on to your asses. I'm almost there, guys. Just hold on. No, it's just not playing. It's just not working.
Do you hear it in the stream?
No. I'll just play it on my own. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
I got it. Crossroads. I know what Crossroads is. Crossroads. Okay. There we go. I got it. We're good.
We're good.
Favorite parts.
Game
Who
goes
wants to
last.
go first? Huh?
DM goes last.
Facts.
Yeah, I know. There's two people. There's a standoff every time.
My favorite part was probably Tev with the trees along the path.
Him tweaking about the trees.
Yeah, like making no sense to anyone. And then like covering himself up along the way and then being like, I don't understand why you thought I was weird.
He doesn't understand a lot.
No.
He's like, I don't know how you could pick up a weird vibe from that.
Yeah.
Low key. After like being suspicious and being like, I'm not explaining this to you.
Well, I think it was more like, I don't see why I'd be insane. I clearly have a reason. I'm not gonna tell you, but I have a reason. You think I'm crazy. My favorite part was at the dinner table with Mildred, where Mildred just
fucking says it straight. Oh, you're a fire genasi vibes.
Just says it
And
straight.
then him fucking tweaking, and Tab just keeps poking and prodding,
He's side-eyeing.
side-eyeing, being like, Oh, interesting. And
No
then when
way.
Solus finally takes off the helmet, scowls, and then Mildred going, "Oh, what a handsome young man!" It was the same shit she did to fucking Tem.
Yes. Same exact shit, same pitch and all.
What a handsome young man. It's giving.
Yes, it's giving. I know exactly what
House
you're gonna say.
Castle, yeah.
Yes, precisely.
Oh, another favorite part is them both, Tev and Solus, in their like prodding for information and neither of them willing to give it up. Looking
Yeah.
away from each other. It's so funny to me. I love that part.
Them both trying to figure each other out.
And being like,
Getting nothing.
yeah.
My favorite
God?
parts were
Mm.
that entire scene at the dinner table was fucking hilarious. I love the accommodation for Solace by bringing in one of the stone benches in from the workshop that Wilfred had to drag that thing in there.
I figured.
But I love the going into the trail and like just gently placing one hoof to talk to the end.
Like dipping his toe in the water.
Yes, so good. And then Solus eating a piece of food by putting it in the unsealing the helmet and then just dropping it in there,
Yeah.
catching the food. And then every time something was like shuffling around, both of you going into like hyper awareness mode, little jumpy freaks. And then the reintroduction of
using
oh, go ahead.
him as a shield.
That was another
He
good
was
one.
afraid of confrontation.
His
Yes.
instinct
He's
is
so
like, I'm gonna hide
conflict-
behind this big thing.
He's so conflict avoidant.
All my characters hide behind big thing. It's just how they work.
The like moderate disappointment from the end when you initially had that when you initially bridged that dialogue.
Oh my god, the part where he's like, Ed, stop! Wait,
Ed.
Ed,
And he
please.
just
Cut it,
kept
cut it,
talking
cut it.
over you.
Okay, I'm just gonna run.
Yeah, on his end, he just heard a beep beep beep. Call end.
Disconnected.
Yeah. God, and I love the your reactions to the Nalu cameo was great too.
Love Nalu.
And really the entire dialogue of you two along the path heading right outside the cloud spiral like that.
Uh-huh.
You don't come out here? Do you go anywhere? What?
Mm-mm.
But what about
Mm-mm.
go silent?
Mm.
The little
I
waves
love
from the
it.
farmers. So good, so good.
They're about to get beamed up somewhere.
They're about to get beamed up, Scotty.
Yeah,
They've got places to be.
they do. I like the being forced to leave vibe
Mm-hmm.
for Solus. They're
Yeah.
getting too close. Solus gotta bail.
And the other D&D group helped canonize that, the one that I had in person.
Yes.
Because they took over the warehouse that they're, like, hiding away in. It's awesome.
Yeah, so Victor and Solus and Tev canonically exist in the same world.
That's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Victor is a possible creature.
Oh
To
my
cross
god.
paths
And
with.
in this fucking universe, there's an interesting change to Victor's physiology.
Oh, please, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, sure. So, have you told him about the cousin?
Lyle? I have.
Yeah.
I have, briefly.
Okay, well, they low-key killed Lyle, low-key, and then
Yeah.
fucking bro was like, oh, how does this guy taste? Victor just takes a sip, goes, oh, that's a spicy meatball, and then goes about his day. And then they find him alive because he's been turned into a vampire, so there's a fucking vampiric fire genasi running around who is Solus's cousin. And then, on top of that, fucking that guy who's also religiously, worshipping the sun can no longer go in the sun because he's a vampire. And guess who can go into the sun now? Victor because he
Victor.
stole that essence from him.
Yep.
That's so fucked up.
A
So
little
now
fragment of divinity stolen away.
So now Victor has that divinity, and Bro can walk around in the sun now, which is OP for Victor. I'll say that much.
Mm-hmm.
Bro's about to be a menace.
That's so funny though.
There's about to be some vampiric activity in this city.
And more of that. People going there as
Yeah.
their first lead in
I like
half a
that.
decade.
Yeah, I like that he has like an active threat on Solus's family.
Totally.
Who?
Victor? Yeah, he's just randomly a threat.
Well, actually, they're kind of chill now. Lyle is kind of chill with Victor, low key.
That's good.
He like had this whole depressive arc and said he's gonna kill himself like 5 million times, and then
Yeah,
kind of
he did
got
do
through
that.
7 stages of grief, and it's like, all right, now what do we do, guys?
Now what?
Yeah.
And we
I
were
don't
like,
wanna
okay, well, I
die.
guess you're with us now, dude. That group is the Spider Circus group, so they are not important.
Uh-huh.
They might become important, but they're not important right now.
Uh-huh. And if they do, you guys are gonna be far away. Probably.
Probably.
Probably. Let's see.
I didn't really
Fingers
listen
crossed.
I didn't listen to the end. I just ran for my fucking life.
Yeah.
I realized I remember what he's fucking doing.
Shit.
Shit. Yeah, it happened
Last
the first time
time-
too.
That would be insanely goofy if he accidentally got beamed without
Oh my
Solus.
god. That'd be nightmare,
Be a
nightmare,
very
nightmare.
different game. He caught it though. He knew what was going down.
Yeah. Glad he lifted his foot off the trunk or the root.
Yeah. Run away, run away, run away.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Hell yeah.